Hey, what's up, man? What's going on with y'all? Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? Appreciate everybody in the building. Oh man. Ugh. As you can see, we'll be getting into it tonight. Shout out to everybody in the building. Saga begins. Slowpoke Nasty, Juan G's, Canadian Eric, Soup Bone, New, Clay Pro, Soul Provider Speaks, Little Rock 2517. Shout out to Soul Provider Speaks, man. In the 1K club, baby. Nerd niggas stand the fuck up. Give a little minute, let everybody get in here. Let me go ahead and get this shit set up. Shout out to Zero, King Grady, Carl, everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. So, let me go ahead and get into it, man. So, quite often than not, bro, we have this conversation. Or actually, not enough. Yeah, we had this conversation. Oh shit! Whoa! What? What happened there? I guess for not often enough, rather, we don't have the conversation concerning entertainment, specifically music in the Black community and its effects on us as a quote unquote community and race. I often say this, man, as to where we're the only demographic as to where we can't make the separation, delineation, differentiation between entertainment and real life. Partially because we're the only people where our entertainment is marketed to us as this is real life. And not only it is real life, if you're not living this life, you're fake. You're not Black. You're not qualified. Your Blackness is not up to par. And one of the major biggest steps we're going to have to take in this thing, man. And of course, I will freedom of speech. You want to go against freedom of speech? No. I'm not saying that art, music, movies, filmography, all those things should be in any way, shape, or form manipulated or silenced. What I am saying is there needs to be like a damn IQ test for niggas listening to rap music, man. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's kind of difficult too, bro. I guess I gotta go ahead and get this one out of the way, because every now and again, when the IQ discussion comes up about Black people, I'm a pretty smart dude. And when you're a pretty smart dude, bro, you go throughout life, especially in the Black neighborhood, being told that, and not in a positive way, but a negative way. Nerd ass nigga. Oh, you want to be white? Proper talking ass nigga. You think you somebody? Oh, don't nobody care about you being smart? All of this shit. So you don't even, if you don't know, dumb niggas will let you know just how smart you are, because people can sense intelligence, bro. It's just something that's an um, immediately apparent with people. All right. A person can tell when you're not on their level or you're above, because again, it's in the 48 laws of power. People by nature are looking to get over on people. So you need the person to be either at or below your level to get over on them. So when you run into a person that you know you can't deceive, it's people don't even understand it's a defense mechanism, especially in the black community where it's finesse city, right? Everybody want to motherfucking get over on the next motherfucker, and the person who gets over the most, that's the nigga king. All right. Well, what happens is once they find out, oh, we got a smart motherfucker over here. Hey, this nigga smart. He's smart. He's smart. He's smart. So all the shit you're gonna try and work on the other dumbass niggas, it's not gonna work on him. So we gonna fucking yell it out in the air. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a fucking like a all out bulletin. What you call this shit? A motherfucking SOS or the emergency notification that come on your phone and shit, right? To let you know that we got a smart nigga over here. You know what I mean? Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't waste your time. And the unfortunate part about it was when you don't have a fair assessment or you're not being completely and totally honest and transparent with the people, you're hurting them. Far too often in the black community, black race, all these different things, we lie to niggas. We lie to them. Yeah, shout out solid, sir. Smart nigga Amber Alert. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So far too often than not, man. Because if you're critical and you're honest, you're coon, you're sellout, you're thinking somebody, you ain't better than nobody, only God can judge me, all this shit, la la. And eventually you learn and you say, man, look, bro, this is not worth it. You know, this is how and why, like I said, they ask, well, y'all get what you get, and people get educated and they get successful, they get this, they get that, and they leave the hood. Well, you don't want to listen to them. When a person has something of value to give, but you keep rejecting it, what sense does it make for them to keep fucking doing it? Yo, goddamn, shout out to Clay Pro, man, with the $100 ball. Quick, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Stay away from people who follow the ideologies of JT from City Girls and Lil Baby. Yeah, man, listen, bro. We will get into that too. And two of the biggest components of our music is violence and thottery, whoredom. With the females, it's I can do this on the on a man. I can perform this sex act, and I can do this and that, and wet ass pussy, and this on the dick, and what's the fucking the busted challenge, all this shit, right? And with the man, hey, I can kill this nigga, I can shoot this nigga, I can fuck his bitch, I can rape that hoe, I can this, I can that, I can sling these rocks, all of that shit. And the proof is in the pudding, as they say, man, as to where we're being targeted. Because the kids are being led to listen to shit like this, bro. And it literally stunts their growth. And I'm not just going to give my opinion on this. I'm going to give the, classic scientific study of where they played classical music versus like rock music to these plants. And the plants that had the classical music played responded completely and totally different from those that had the rock music played. All right. Okay. With nigga music, the most important thing is what? Bass, extremely good bass line. Beats beats have been more relevant than music, bro. I'll say at least shit. 20 years strong at a minimum. Y'all agree with that? Am I off 20? Is it longer than 20? I know I say about 20. because 20 would go back to what 2001. So yeah, definitely back then, lyrics mattered. Lyrics were still relevant in the early 2000s. But by like the snap and trap shit, like mid 2000s, bro, nobody gave a fuck about lyrics or material or anything. Young Swift, shut your young ass up, nigga. You weren't even alive. See this? You weren't even alive 20 years ago, nigga. Hush. Hush. This nigga here got a time machine. He got a time machine, y'all. Young Swift been holding out on it. Shout out to Young Swift, man, in the building. Yeah, Wiseville. That's a great, yeah. Lil Jon, yeah. Crunk was a great point. But what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna let Daylyt talk to you guys, and Daylyt is going to, and for you guys that don't know, Daylyt is like a legendary battle rapper. You know, in battle rap, you have to be extremely lyrical. You know, on your feet, you know, at the time. And he's one of the pioneers of battle rap. So now I don't know if he's on a crusade of sorts or whatnot, what have you. Don't know what the hell it is. But you know, we're gonna listen to his story, let him have his say. We'll get back to it and we'll all finish chopping it up. Fair use, even though this isn't YouTube, fair use.
How the kids dress, music will determine how the kids think, music will determine how the kids act. For example, let's take Chief Keef. Chief Keef put out gangster drill music and killing music. Look what happened to Let's put out gangster music. Look what happened to the world. You got niggas way in Argentina talking about what's good, Daylyt, on Hoover. Nigga, you in motherfucking Argentina, and they don't give a fuck how gangster you are. You get no respect from me. Nigga, you didn't start game banging until you watch Menace to Society. I don't want to hear this shit. So what I'm telling you, dog, is the music, dog, when you understand the frequencies, when you understand what music is designed for.
Again, man, there are plenty of people in the music industry that tell you what music truly is, okay? We're not going to turn this into 10-4 Tuesdays, but music are pretty much spells and incantations, okay? If you go back to the Bible, right, what was Satan himself? Satan was the supposed ministry of music. He was a music guy, the music genius. So why wouldn't he use that in order to, you know, pervert, control, and mesmerize the people? Again, it's somebody that's got a fucking Spawn tattoo on their face, y'all. All right? Got a Spawn tattoo on their face. All right?
When you understand the Pied Piper, dog, this shit is a tool. It's a tool.
Another thing, there are plenty of you know, stories and folklores about music. You have the Pied Piper, you have the sirens, and what's another one? Pied Piper, sirens, the other one that come to me, but there are plenty of versions of either mythical characters, creatures, whatnot, what have you, as to where music was used to control people, to put people under a trance or a spell. All right.
Tool. It's a fucking tool. Music, dog. Music shapes the youth. Pied Piper, play the fucking flute, get the kids to do whatever the fuck you want them to do. It's the music, dog. The music will alter the fucking youth, dog. So when you got all of these fucking rappers rapping about nothing, clothes, cars, jewelry, fucking nothing that can be helpful. They not even rapping about sticking together. They not even rapping about positivity. They not rapping about nothing, and then you wonder why the youth is fucked up. Dog, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. This is the shit I'm trying to tell y'all. So I don't want to hear none of these famous ass niggas out here talking about, yeah, you know, we got to do something. You ain't gonna do shit. but make another album talk about how much money you got, how much clothes you got, drop the top on the Ferrari, my eyes so clean, I move 7,000 pounds of drugs a day. That's all you gonna talk about next album. You ain't gonna make shit positive. You ain't gonna bite your tongue and tell your fans, I'm sorry for telling y'all to do this shit. I keep telling y'all, dog, like you gotta look at what the fuck is happening. People be like, yo, I go in on Rick Ross all the time. I don't give a fuck who Rick Ross signed. I don't give a fuck how many people he helped. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Nigga, you are a cancer to our people. I don't give a fuck what you doing. You're fucking cancer, dog. I don't give a fuck. No, fuck all of that. Fuck your celebrity status. Fuck how many goons you got working for you. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You are a cancer to our people, and I'm gonna tell you why, dog. I'm gonna tell you why. You perpetrate somebody else's life. You're a fucking correction officer. I don't give a fuck if you was trapping through Miami. I don't give a fuck what you was doing. As a correction officer, you perpetrated somebody else's life that's still alive. The nigga ain't even dead. You perpetrated somebody else still alive. You lied and said the pictures wasn't you. On top of that, you told niggas to sell dope on the iPhone. Nigga, you are a fucking snake, dog.
Hey, another big thing too, man. Listen, bro. A lot of these rappers work for the feds. These same motherfuckers that be telling you, hey, fuck the police, fuck 12, Alphabet Boys, all this shit, bro. All the motherfuckers working with the feds, man. We know here recently what happened with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine was one of the biggest fucking pushed rappers in recent history, bro. This motherfucker who was a SoundCloud artist with fucking rainbow hair popped up out of nowhere. Was pushed on to who? Niggas. A motherfucker where if you go and look him up, he's a fucking Hispanic motherfucking clean cut motherfucking dude wearing wearing button-ups and khakis, and he gets some tattoos on his face. Colors his fucking his hair rainbow colored, hanging around a bunch of niggas, says nigga every other word. He's the most hottest fucking rapper out. The whole time this nigga working with the feds. It's another thing I said. It's like when the dude, the dancing dude, Dan Rue, that dude, bro, niggas give out black cards, and it almost as much as they cancel black cards. Y'all ever notice that? How a nigga will be quick to tell you you not nigga enough because you ain't got no bodies, you ain't sold no dope, you ain't fucking no hoes. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting to this money. But at the same time, all a white boy got to do is have the right drip or be able to dance real good, and he wanted the team. You know what I'm saying? He on the team. That's all the white boy got to do. Impersonate a nigga, do his best nigga imitation, and this nigga invited to the cookout, the family reunion, the club, the strip club, all the nigga shit. The white boy gets front of the line fucking privilege. While black women out here complaining about cultural appropriation over hairstyles and dumb shit, you allow these motherfucking wigger white boys to perfectly fucking like impersonate black men, but we not out here talking about that shit. Niggas don't even say cultural appropriation. It's just a white boy pretending, and for those of us that can see it, all we wait is for the shit to come out, and then we told you so, told you so, told you so, told you so, and no one cares, no one listens. Shout out to JD for the follow. The name's pronounced Daylyt. My bad. I thought it was Daylyt, but it's Daylyt. So I appreciate you, bro, for that correction. Thank you for the $5 cash out, bro. Thank you. Oh, nigga, what happened?
You a snake. You had kids out here trying to make plays through the iPhone. The iPhone is literally ran by the police. Nigga, this shit got niggas' fingerprint. Nigga, you put your fingerprint in, nigga, talk about, yeah, bro, I got the pills. You feel me? I got the pull up. Nigga, the police don't know, pull up. Nigga, you know how many, nigga, I got homies that's locked right now for selling dope on the iPhone. I got homies that's doing fed time for selling dope on the iPhone. Police came to court and showed the text message from the iPhone. Was this you right here that text at 8:45? Come get it. I got whatever you need. From the iPhone. Got your bitch ass. So what I'm saying is this, dog. These niggas are used as puppets to guide the youth. All of them. All of them. Every last one of them. All of them, dog. Niggas out here trying to fucking say what they need to say to our people. The list goes on, dog. But labels ain't signing these niggas. Labels ain't signing none of these niggas. They gonna sign all the niggas that promote the destruction of our own people, dog.
And he's repeating what all of the quote unquote conscious rappers and were saying back in the 80s. Tribe Called Quest, Daylyt Soul, Leaders of the New School, anybody of that, Talib Kweli, anybody of that ilk rapping back in the early 90s immediately got either their fucking whole shit cut off. They couldn't get no promotion or anything once gangster rap came around. It's not a coincidence. But again, for the sake of the money and whatnot, what have you, all these different things, I can remember it, bro. I remember in the early 90s, we was in when we was in school, it was cool to be with everybody was like, you know, everybody was on some Pan-African shit, right? Motherfuckers, little kids, man, little fucking third and fourth graders had the little like the little shoestring chain with the African medallion on it, man. You know, cross colors was a thing. You know, the whole African to African American thing was huge, it was big. And like in a 2-year span, you seen that change from fucking, you know, sagging pants, blue, red bandanas, big gold chains, beepers, all of this motherfucking, you know, drug dealer, gangster killer, you know, paraphernalia and image and lifestyle. That's why I'm saying, man, this is why I say we're unique to this shit, because we seen the transition, bro. You my age, you seen that shit. I seen it go from, you know, there was where it was a mix and a mingle of fucking, you know, you had the positive shit, you had the hood shit, to none but hood shit. None but nigga shit, none but gangster shit. Shout out to Fashion is Life. Happy Black History Month. Rachel Dolezal, Black Darkism versus Brother World in honor of MLK Jr. and Malcolm X. The Bible's undefeated. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, Lupe and Lupe's talked against that shit. Yep. T-shirt, it's a black thing. Want to understand, like all that shit, man. Yeah, almost. Don't forget to put an almost on that young fella. Almost. Ain't old yet, nigga. And then you seen the immediate shift, bro. That's all you're gonna see, bro. I remember where you had the rappers doing the because everybody remember when Magic Johnson was announced with having AIDS. You had rappers out here telling people, hey, wrap it up, do this, do that, all this other shit, bro. From that to fucking St. Ides fucking commercials with niggas rapping and shit. The two most famous ones, I think, was like what, Biggie and Ice Cube. Not saying that, you know, niggas hadn't always did like beer commercials, but the persona with it. You went from Billy D. Williams, where it's like, hey, you know, smooth, cool motherfucker at the you know, at an upper echelon, you know, party or whatnot, you know, with nothing but the celebrities and the pretty women and whatnot, what have you, to niggas at the corner store bodega cracking open a motherfucking 40 in front of the store on the porch on some gangster shit. Motherfuckers after me would never understand that because they didn't live through it. They didn't see it. They didn't see the shift. You know what I'm saying? And yet still we're here, and it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse, bro. The digression is just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Shout out to Earth the First, Humpty t-shirts and African medallions. Yeah, man. We remember that shit, bro. We seen that shit, bro. Yep, TLC had, shout out to Aegon Stark. TLC Left Eye had a condom in one of her glasses lenses, bro. Shout out to Fast in Life again, bro. Appreciate you. 90% mainstream rappers never grew up in the hood. Yep.
So when you think that you own and you think you being pushed, oh nigga, I'm on, I got a buzz. No, you are being used as a tool, a marketing tool to destroy multiple amounts of people. You are a tool. That goes for everybody. Ruthless Records, they promoted all these niggas, DPG, Dog Pound, all these niggas in the early destruction. All these, I'm sorry to say it, dog. Any one of our legends would tell you, I regret rapping about some of the shit I said. So I tell these niggas, speak up. They afraid to speak up. The industry got these niggas tongue. A lot of these niggas regret some of the music they made when they was young. They regret it because that shit destroyed millions of niggas. Shoot that nigga, smoke that nigga, rob that nigga, jack that nigga. And us kids went outside and did it. Bro, you know how many homies I got?
Bro, and I remember that shit. And this is what I'm telling you, man. I gotta hop in here too. If it's echoing, bro, it'll stop or what's the name is. If I don't play it, then y'all say it's too low. So I apologize, it's echoing, but it's the StreamYard thing of where it starts and then it starts what's the name. So what I'll do is I'll mute my mic. I might be picking it up. So we'll figure that out and we'll see if that's better. But listen, I remember that shit, bro. No, stop it, Spirit of Justice. Stop it, nigga. No way. No. The fucking West Coast kill rap, nigga. West Coast definitely did it. All right. So I remember, bro, like when 3 6 Mafia picked up. And 3 6 Mafia was the first group to make like explicit drug use cool. Before them, it was just niggas smoking weed, whatnot, so on and so forth. But when 3 6 Mafia came through and they was on that motherfucking snorting powder shit and passed the plate and the dollar up and all this crazy ass shit, I was just like, whoa. Especially in the South. Because in the South, anything to do with motherfucking powder or crack, nigga, you a motherfucking geeker, bro. You a fiend. There was no respect for that. But they even made that shit cool. To where, and then of course the biggest shit today, bro, was Serve. As big as fucking codeine, methazine, all that shit was. It was big. That shit didn't become mainstream until Sipping on Some Scissor came out. And they did the fucking song with UGK. One of the hottest motherfucking, that song is legendary, bro. But when it comes to drug use, nigga, Future ain't got shit on Sipping on Some Scissor, and you wouldn't have Future without Sipping on Some Scissor. And we had no idea what the fuck it was because that shit was like some Texas shit. I don't even know if it was big in Memphis like that, but I can tell you this, like codeine, you know what I'm saying, or liquid motherfucking heroin, nigga, that shit was not, niggas was not on that shit like that. Never heard of it till the motherfucking shit came on, and then I was like, what the fuck? Niggas was just singing a song, had no idea what the fuck we was talking about. No idea whatsoever. And again, bro, your ignorance will be your destruction. And that's what I'm saying. It goes back to this whole thing, bro, of you fucking literally putting a spell on the people and fucking contorting the mind of the people without them even knowing. You're rapping about drug addiction. Niggas complain about, you know, the opioid crisis. Nigga, 3 6 Mafia was rapping about fucking opioid crisis back in what, 98? When the Smoke Clears came out in what, 98, 99? Or was that 2000? Now I think it was 99, 2000. When the Smoke Clears, 99 came out either 99 or 99, 2000. So some shit, and it was a whole thing that was just culture in Texas the whole time. It's just that like everybody didn't know about it. I knew Cortez would have put me in there. Shout out to Cortez in 2000. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Fatal Dose, the Sage for the 5, brother. My demo tape was played at an Onyx party. My phone would not stop ringing for A&Rs. Because I was a Hebrew Israelite, I decided to forego rap. Okay. That album was dope, bro. Yeah, that album was fucking legendary. But again, too, like I said, bro, 3 6 Mafia was on all the nigga shit. 3 6 Mafia, Project Pat, all the fucking and nigga Hypnotized Minds himself. 3 6 Mafia was on some devil worshiping shit, bro. They was even playing and hitting at that shit. That's some shit in itself that niggas never played with, bro. I mean, you talking about the South, bro. You talking about the South in the 90s, the 2000s. It was still extremely fucking conservative. Still known as the Bible Belt, strong as fuck back then in them days. And you had a group that had been when the Smoke Clears was like their first mainstream hit album. Mystic Styles and everything before that, bro. They was semi-underground. Everybody knew about them, but they hit mainstream in 2000. So what? 3 6 had been going since what, 94, 96 or some shit like that? You know what I mean? Talking about motherfucking, on that devil shit. Just saying, man. Shout out to the Cornelius Elber, man. Appreciate you, bro, for the 20 ball. Yeah, explicit sex shit, all of that, man. Exactly. Where we at? That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, bro. 94. Shout out to Little Rock. Yes, Project Pat is motherfucking underrated as fuck. And well, nigga, how can you separate it? Well, this is what I'm telling you, man. Let me say this. The problem isn't so much the music as much as it is the consumers of it. You have to have a certain level of maturity to listen to certain things or see certain things. I know if I remember I told y'all the story about how, bro, I was terrified of fucking Freddy Krueger, bro. My dad let me stay up late one night to watch fucking Friday the 13th, and nigga, I almost pissed my pants. To me, nigga, I was like, what, 6 years old, 5, 6 years old, late night, watching this motherfucker with this damn hamburger face and this knife hand that kill you in your dreams, nigga. And my dad just thought it was oh so fucking funny. Nigga, I could not sleep. I was fucked up, like strong for like a strong fucking week. And my mom picked up on the fact that like, oh shit, this is like really a problem. I gotta do something because like, my ass having nightmares. I'm motherfucking nigga, fucked up. Nightmares and shit. But to me, because I'm a child, I don't understand. I can't that's why they have certain ratings, man. All right. To me, this shit is real, nigga. But my mom took a magazine where they did a whole expose, man. Look at God, right? And it just so happened around the same time I seen it because the movie was catching on so much. It was an expose showing the whole process of him doing the makeup and this, that, and the other, and all these things. And she showed me that, hey, it's just entertainment. It's all right. It's not real. But when it comes to this music, what we're being told again is that this is real. This is real life. If you're not doing this, it's something wrong with you. And it's promoting death, drugs, sex, everything is fucking negative. And you're putting this into your children's motherfucking psyche, bro, before they can even read. When I showed the video of the young boy with the fucking grown-ass woman shaking her ass and bouncing her ass less than a foot away from his face, what was playing in the background? They wasn't just there, listening and silent. No, nigga shit going. People don't, niggas don't give a damn and don't understand anything about fucking psychology, bro. Niggas are too fucking mentally immature and weak to deal with entertainment that's being put out. You don't fucking have the fucking mental acuity, maturity, toughness, any of those things needed to, again, separate reality from fucking fantasy. So just take the shit that they hear on a song and they think they gotta fucking go out here and do it in real life. Not live vicariously through it. Let somebody story. You know how you go to the movies, you watch the movie. Hey man, that was a good ass movie, man. Yeah, man, that shit was good. Discuss about it, so on and so forth. Then go about your life. Not try to become one of the motherfucking characters, nigga, permanently. That's what happened to niggas when they listen to rap music. They feel like they are Chief Keef. They are motherfucking Dr. Dre back in what, 92. They are 3 6 Mafia. They are Project Pat. They are Lil Jon. They are Jeezy. They are all these. They are T.I. They are all these motherfuckers that tell you, nigga, if you're not fucking hoes, getting money, selling dope, shooting niggas, you ain't real. And we make that the standard and the definition for being a black person. It's all here. And this is just, again, this is a rapper telling you this shit. Not me. Not my lame square ass that know nothing. You know, even though, like I said, I'm telling you, I seen it. I seen the transition of this shit, bro. I seen the little kids used to have the motherfucking high right, low left. Turning into like some of the most fucking turning to demons, bro. I seen it. Motherfuckers used to be in church on Sunday. I seen it, bro. To get locked the fuck up. All because why? Entertainment told them this is who they had to be. Entertainment made it cool that this is who you were. And not only was it that, even the women and the girls started demanding that. Niggas don't have the fucking the mental acuity, bro, the capacity to separate the entertainment from the reality. That's why we're here. And that's why it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Appreciate you guys, man. Donating, bro. You don't have to. I greatly appreciate you guys choosing to do so. Let me see where we at. Make sure I don't miss a super chat. I'll keep up with these things. Where's that? Shout out to Clay Pro. In high school, I smoked some weed with some white boys. They started playing Metallica, and I heard them say F Jesus multiple times. I swear that's what I heard. The white boys are different, though. That's what I'm saying. But, you know, but white people know how to separate it, bro. Eminem talked about killing his mama and all that crazy shit, man. That's what white boys do. They're taught that they are taught, hey, man, Billy. Oh, my fucking God, Billy. Do you really think that he's out here raping his mother? I can show you the pictures, all right? Here, he says fucking bar mitzvah, Billy. Don't be a fucking dumb, okay? It's just a fucking song. You're not gonna have me out looking stupid because you think you're gonna be the fucking. Oh my God, you're grounded. Go. No TV for a month. Shout out to Fashion is Life again. Witches and wizards and music spells are real. Do not trust strangers. Billboards are casting spells every day. Psych, soul, mind, protect your mind. Yep, thank you, brother. Shout out to Eisen in the building, man. Shout out to Eisen Sama. West Coast OG only played oldies when I was growing up. People were still getting smoked left and right. Okay, well, hold on. And Slowpoke, let me respond to your thing. West Coast OG only played oldies when I was growing up. Yeah, but he wasn't getting smoked. And I imagine he wasn't smoking people. This is what happens when everybody else was doing. See, I remember that too. I remember when it went from like Quiet Storm, and you know, you had the slow oldies radio station and shit, Earth, Wind and Fire, Isley Brothers, Gladys Knight, you know, shit from the 70s. Because at that time, Anita Baker and Whitney Houston and shit was current, right? This you know, late 80s, early 90s. So that was current music. You still even had a balance. There was something to get away with until like after what 92 though, it was all one way. Up until the 80s, bro, there was, you know, you had the gangster rap, there was few and far in between, Ice-T, NWA, shit like that. Even Big Daddy Kane and them, the New York niggas went on no super gangster shit. They was on lyrical shit. But even it made it not cool to be them, bro. All the East Coast niggas was, you know, your lyricists, your MCs, right? But these West Coast niggas came in and made it cool, bro, to be fucking what's the name, bro?
That indeed drive-bys listening to Boosie. You know how many homies I got that got amped up listening to Boosie? You know how many homies I got that got amped up listening to Kill music? Niggas get amped up listening to Kill music, then go kill. It's the music, dog. It's the music, dog. It's the music. I done see niggas smoke. Yeah, hey, put that Boosie on, cuz. Nigga smoke, nigga listening to his Boosie. Smoke it. Nigga like, all right, let's go. My nigga, this is what I'm saying, dog. It's the music. It's the music that is destroying the youth, dog. It's the music. We listen to this shit and ride out. Fuck nigga, pull up, fuck nigga, bang, 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 shoot. My chopper go block, my Dre go this, pull up, fuck nigga, I'm with the shit. And that's exactly what niggas do, pull up.
I heard niggas say that shit. I heard Project Pat say, nigga, I don't need to get high to do a drive-by. But that's what happens, man. Again, I told you, the music is in that. The music fucking literally does something to your brain, man. The beats per minute, the frequencies, all these different things have an effect that's scientific on your fucking brain. Certain fucking rhythm patterns, certain pitches, certain tones, certain bass lines literally have a physical effect on your body and mind. But niggas don't know this. Niggas don't care to learn it. So what do niggas do? Like you said, hey man, put that motherfucking Lil Jon on. Put that little Boosie on. Put this shit on about me motherfucking getting high and doing all this gangster shit. Oh, we got beef with them niggas? Oh, word. Put that motherfucking Chief Keef on. And I'm gonna show y'all the shit with the Chicago shit, man. It's actually scary, man. Where you can see like the up until then, you had a dip before drill music really came through, bro. And then after that dip, back on up. Shout out to my Indigenous TV for the 5. I messed around and listened to Big L's Devil's Son one night while I was laying in the bed. Last time I ever listened to that song, straight up evil. Yeah, and a lot of this shit too, man. It's straight what's the name? Just like Bone Thugs and Harmony. Was it East 1999? Which one? What Bone Thugs and Harmony had fucking or what? Yeah, was it? Yeah, East 1999 Eternal, I think, right? Had Mr. Ouija on it. Which one had Mr. Ouija on it? That shit in itself was a goddamn, man. That shit was crazy. And you got even Crazy Bone coming out talking about a lot of that shit too, man. A lot of them motherfuckers coming. Yeah, EC 1999. I appreciate you. Yeah, that shit in itself, bro. That Ouija shit. A lot of this shit, bro, is way deeper than the surface, nigga. But again, if you say that, oh, it's conspiracy theory, oh, nigga, it ain't, bruh, here's the science. There's actual science behind it, brother. Oh, nigga, you a nerd, nigga. Nobody give a damn about no science, nigga. I just want to listen to the music, nigga. I just want to, I just want to chill and get high, nigga, and, fuck on some hoes. Nigga, it ain't that serious. All right, bro. Okay. 5 years later, nigga either in the ground or in the goddamn or in the motherfucking house behind them bars. Y'all remember the nigga I told y'all about that that had me fucking burning the CDs and shit? The killer nigga? Bro, the nigga gave me nothing but just gangster shit. Not no nigga, not one R&B. Not one R&B CD, bro. And he had a baby mama too. This nigga had she was ugly as fuck. She was horrible. Oh, nigga hit. Dragon Ball Z, hit. Barry Bonds, hit. Louisville Slugger, hit. Ravens defense, nigga, hit. Legion of Boom, Seattle Seahawks, nigga, hit. Von Miller, Denver Broncos, motherfucking defense, hit. Nigga, Super Bowl, hit. Oh. But bro, that nigga gave me like 20 CDs to burn, bro. All of it just hood nigga shit. 8 Ball, MJG, 8 Ball, 3-6 Mafia, Pastor Troy, all Southern shit.
Dog, none of these niggas, dog. Why didn't we look? Let me tell y'all something, dog. Who is the most sold artist of all time? Michael motherfucking Jackson. The most sold artist of all fucking time is Michael motherfucking Jackson. Want me to tell you why? Because his message was positive. His message was positive. He's the most sold artist of all time because his message was positive. Don't tell me that positive people don't want positive message. See, the industry, the record labels, all these niggas, they don't want no more Michael Jacksons. You see what happened with Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka goes to Africa, finds out the truth, find out its origins, tell the world, I'm not from Africa, I was born in America. Dog, I'm Aborigine. People from black was already here. He started to tell the world the truth. The media, get that nigga out the spotlight. He talking too much positivity.
And again, bro, once you do that, they did the same thing to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson fought back against the music industry, and he said something about people from Israel. Public Enemy was another famous group that had the battle with people from Israel. Lupe Fiasco, same thing. If and when you dare start standing up and you're about anything more than the money, you have a positive message or you want to tell the truth, they're finna shut your ass up one way or the other. They either gonna ostracize you, make you out crazy, make you out to be some type of fucking extremist, or if you really fuck the money up like Michael Jackson did, hey, it's that permanent motherfucking nap, nigga. Just saying, allegedly. Prince too. Prince was out here telling motherfuckers, hey man, y'all out here signing these motherfucking contracts to let your music get played on the internet. You understand? These motherfuckers are playing your music 1 billion motherfucking times a day and they paying you pennies on the dollar. What are you doing? That's horrible business. No, don't do it. I remember, bro, Prince was so real about the shit, bro. You could not find even on YouTube, you could not find one Prince song on YouTube. While Prince was alive, no. Nigga, you couldn't even find an instrumental, nigga. Fuck with Prince you want to. Computer Blue. Take them out. This nigga think we playing. Nigga, you would not have one Prince note on the fucking internet. He did not play that shit. Did not. Because why? He understood what most motherfuckers didn't care about, man. That's why they tell you the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money. Not money itself. Because money's just a tool. But the love of money is the fucking root of all evil. People give up any and everything, bro.
That nigga out the spotlight, he talking too much positivity. This is a nigga that had the world lit. Dog, Waka Flocka had the world on Chief Keef mode before Chief Keef. Oh, let's do it. Hey, oh, let's do it. Oh, let's do it. We went to shit. Oh, let's do it. Waka woke up, dog.
That's another great point, too. There's always a replacement. Because I remember that shit, too. Oh, let's do it. Drug dealing music. I go hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga. I leave you stanking, nigga. What the fuck you thinking, nigga? I kill you, shoot you, sell drugs to you, fuck your bitch. We've had that, bro, for 30 fucking plus years. 30 plus years, y'all. 30 plus years. And now we know the truth. Out of those 30 years, we're coming to find out that grown men have at best an 8th grade fucking reading level. So if you have grown adults that have the fucking the mental capacity of teenagers to pre-teenagers, how fit are you to consume that level of entertainment? And how do you think that does not play a role in the degradation of the same mental capacity? 30 years, y'all. And I seen this shit myself. My bad. Shout out to Wise Will TZP for the fucking for the what's name? 4th grade reading level. My bad, brother. You're right. 4th grade reading level, y'all. 4th grade. So if you play kill niggas, sell drugs, fuck your bitch for a 4th grader every day, all day, what's going to become of him? And now this 4th grader mind has a grown ass man body. 4th grader mind, grown ass man body, ability to fucking legally or illegally own a fucking firearm and use it. Kill niggas, sell drugs, fuck your bitch. What is going to happen to the fucking community? 30 years. No counterbalance. No positivity. Or very, very few and far in between. I can count on one hand, bro, since like the 90s, bro. Nah, it'll probably be 2. Like the positive rap people between the 90s to now. KRS-One, EPMD, LL Cool J, all the New York niggas, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Tribe Called Quest, Daylyt Soul. I can't even say Busta Rhymes because Busta Rhymes switched to one of the fucking kill you niggas and shit. Then let's jump to what 2000, bro. What Common, Kanye, Lupe, and you could possibly throw, I guess Kendrick in there, Kendrick and Cole. So we might hit 15. Will we hit 15, y'all? We hit 15 to 20? And I'm talking mainstream. I'm just talking mainstream. A lot of these motherfuckers, like I heard of Rhapsody, but Rhapsody's not really mainstream. I'm talking about the shit that everybody household name. Household names. Public Enemy. And then too, like I said, those people were carryovers. Public Enemy was a carryover from like the 80s. If you really start from the fucking 90s, a lot of these people fall out. Roscoe, stop. DMX was on that shit too. DMX on that devil worshiping shit too. The crazy shit. Shout out to Savage Red Recovery. There's devil worship in gangs, drive-bys, and gang shooting is bloodletting to demons in the city. These celebrities sell their soul. Yeah, man. Yeah, Talib, Most Def. Sampa. Who the fuck is Sampa? Sampa's like that's a dude that was on Drake shit. All right, here we go. Here's Prince. What's up, Prince? What's going on, Prince? Yeah, I named all of them, but all of those guys are really 80s guys. If we take out so let me rephrase it then. Let me say this. So let's take out 80s dudes that transitioned over and had a very, very small survival time past gangster rap. Let's just go gangster rap after. So if you go gangster rap after, that eliminates all them New York niggas, all of them. Cool G Rap's out of there, EPMD's out of there, LL Cool J's out of there, Big Daddy Kane is out of there. All those people are out of there. We're talking strictly from 90s forward. That cuts it down to possibly 10. Yeah, I said Cole and Kendrick. I don't know who the hell Wagasi, who the fuck this is, bro. Who the hell is that? He's not mainstream. I don't know who the fuck that is. Nigga, he had a song with Marilyn Manson. He had what? Damien was what? 2 songs or 3 songs? The Professional, nigga. Don't test me, motherfucking Prince. Don't do it, bro. I bought. See, look at you. Yeah, see, look at you, young nigga. I'll make it. Hey, look here. If you ain't never bought a CD, don't talk to me. Look here, you young motherfuckers. If you have never purchased a CD, nigga, hold on. My bad. I couldn't find it, man. I was trying to find my motherfucking CD book, man. I don't know where the fuck is that. But it's around here somewhere. But if you ain't got no CD book, nigga, don't talk to me, nigga.
Walker woke up. Walker woke up. It was, oh, let's do it. Then he woke up. Ain't no more, oh, let's do it. Ain't no more, oh, let's do it. No, we not on that time no more. We on a different time. I got my money up. I finally took a trip to the homeland. I seen what it was. Oh, this ain't what I'm pushing no more. Hell no. Media coverage, wah, wah, wah. Why didn't we see XXX magazine headline? Waka Flocka goes to Africa and comes back and sells all his jewelry. Says it's not the way that black people should live. Why didn't Complex Mag write a story up of this? Why did any of these mainstream record labels write a story up of this? You get what I'm saying? You see how this shit work, right? But that Waka Flocka drops a new video about killing more black people. Yeah, let's put this shit in front of every motherfucking social media site. This is what I'm saying, dog. What's good, Coach? This is what I'm saying, dog. Look, you got to understand what's happening, my nigga. All of these niggas is being used as tools, dog. All of these niggas being used as sock puppets, dog. All of them. Every last one of these niggas being used as sock puppets. You are not on, or you are not in position because you doing the right thing. You are put in position to destroy, dog. Ain't no fucking nigga, dog. You gotta understand, we fighting people that literally hate us, my nigga. This is what you not, dog. Nigga, look, I don't even want to say names, dog, but it's certain niggas in this industry that literally are preying on our demise, dog. They wake up every day with algorithms and scenarios to how they could destroy more of us. Dog, you being signed. You getting signed because you are a tool used to destroy, dog. Destroy. When have y'all niggas ever put out a fucking positive album? This goes to my West Coast peers. Huh? When? When? This goes to all my peers on the West Coast. I don't give a fuck what you did in your blogs. I don't give a fuck what you did in I don't give a fuck what you did in your little charity runs. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm talking about the actual music, the shit that people listen to 70,000 times inside of headphones. Dog, niggas put on headphones. Think about this. You put on a fucking headphone and put that shit in your ear and the music goes to your brain, dog. Like really, wait. Really sit here and think about this, dog. The eardrum is a fucking canal to the brain. The eardrum is a canal to the brain. And you put on fucking headphones, earplugs inside the headphones. The headphones are earplugs. And the shit goes straight to your fucking brain.
If you ain't got one of these, nigga, all right, I don't want to. Hey, and this was my versatility one. So this got some good old, you know what I'm saying? You got to see that. Some OJs. Some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let me see. Damn, light's horrible. Let's see if I got any gangster shit in here. Oh, you know we gotta have a. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, I mean, come on, man. You can't talk if you ain't got one of these, bruh. We ain't talking. You see what that Patar? If you ain't got one of these, man, you can't talk to me about no motherfucking. Come on now. You can't talk to me about no. Come on now. Yeah, I mean, Pata, if you ain't got these, man, you can't talk to me, man. What the last one at? Where that? Where that? Again, Pata, if you ain't got these, bro, you can't talk to me about no motherfucking music, nigga. You ain't built like I'm built, nigga. Shout out to Savage Red Recovery for the 5. I was a Satanist from 19 to 25. There's a lot of Satanism in everything, even the Nike shirt you're wearing. I found God when I got sober in 26. Yep, Nikkei is a thing. You're right. Nikkei is what's the name to one of these guys? I don't know what it is, but yeah, you're right. It's a lot of symbolism and a lot of shit.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy when you really, really sit there and think about it. But what I'm saying, you get around these niggas, they'll tell you all the fucked up shit that's happening in the rap game. Nigga, this person did this. These people took my money. This nigga did this. These fucked up niggas, this label did this. These niggas did that. They'll tell you everything that's happening in the rap game. Why haven't, and remind you, all of these niggas been fucked. Not literally fucked in the ass, but all of them been fucked badly by the labels. Badly. Any rapper will tell you these labels destroyed me. Right? All of it. Why haven't they all came together? I'll hit you later on. I'll probably come get you like around 6 or 7 for the show. Why haven't all just open it? Yeah. Why haven't all of these rappers came together and said, we ain't fucking with the industry no more? All right, bro. We ain't fucking with the industry no more at all. We ain't fucking with the industry. We know what's happening. We know what they doing. We gonna create our own industry. We got enough money. We all gonna come together, create our own SoundCloud. We gonna create our own iTunes. Matter of fact, we gonna put our money together and buy a fucking satellite and create our own goddamn cell phones. Start your own phone company. Start your own internet. Then we could work under our own rules. Y'all got the money to do it. Let's add it up. Let's just add these people. Let's add Jay-Z. Let's add Jordan. Let's add Oprah. Let's add Snoop. Let's add motherfucking Tiger Woods. Let's add motherfucking, just add them alone. Jay-Z, Oprah, Beyonce, Tiger Woods, Kendrick Lamar, Jordan, motherfucking Kobe. Let's add all of these niggas together. Let's put all their money in one pot. Jay-Z, Kobe, Oprah Winfrey, Jordan, and motherfucking Beyonce. Let's put their money into one bank account and then let's see how much what we could buy. Man, why the fuck we ain't bought our own goddamn steak? Fuck you talking about, dog? This is the shit I'm talking about with this industry shit, dog. They literally got niggas separated. They got niggas separated. And they not pushing unity. This is why you have the Grammys. You have everybody fighting for a fucking trophy. Nobody want to work together because everybody fighting for a fucking trophy. A fucking trophy. Nobody want to work together because everybody is individually trying to win a fucking trophy. This is what I'm saying, my nigga. So look, my question is, why haven't these niggas put their money together? No, fuck that. Let's just take all the NBA players, right? Why haven't all the NBA players put their money together and say, you know what? We gonna turn the Drew League into the NBA. We ain't playing the NBA no more. Everybody sign up for the Drew League. We gonna start charging to get in. We gonna build our own stadiums. We gonna build our own jerseys. All the Drew League
My bad. Hey, appreciate that, man. I wasn't me. But now, yeah. Shout out to So let me reread this. Shout out to Sir Tice with the 499. No disrespect, as I understand his intentions, but I hate when people mention celebs and athletes' wealth as if they're not propped up in control. Yep, they're bought and paid for too. We good. We good now. What's up, bro? What's going on?
Hey, what going, bro?
Hey, I can't complain.
I had one comment to the whole idea of like Daylyt was spitting, why don't more black athletes and entertainers get together and create some kind of black entertainment society to keep it short. I think I used to have the same ideas. I think the people really have a misunderstanding of how much money it really does take to get shit like that started. You need billions, not millions.
Yep.
And we don't really got black money like that. Not yet.
Well, and on top of it, like I said, you would have to overthrow the whole system, which is just they're just gonna let that happen. They're never gonna let it happen. It's like when the XFL, people thought the XFL was gonna ever survive or try to compete with the NFL. And people don't understand like brand establishment. Once a brand gets so big, it's like Levi's. Levi don't give a damn about none of these, $1,000 pair of jeans people talk about, or True Religion and nothing that comes along, because their grandfather then they're a permanent brand. They pretty much will never ever fail.
Facts. At some point, the vertical integration, the network, like you can't compete on a cost basis even, because they've got a network of like if you're in the business of building stadiums, you know who to call to get the cheapest quotes. You know what investors are interested in such a project. Like you're already versed in it. Versus a group of niggas trying to start something, which you would assume would attract a lot of investors. And maybe in the modern age, it's time. It is 2021. But, 20 years ago, they definitely could have done this shit. I think now with the internet, if they're going to do it, it would be the time now. But like we were saying, it wouldn't be no easy project.
Yeah, shout out to Savage Red Recovery. Again, I can show you a, symbol on place. This stuff is deep. Yeah, man, and it does get real deep once you start understanding the symbolism and whatnot. But I don't want to get as much into the symbology as just into the words themselves. We'll stick with that one. That way, we don't get way too much in the weeds. But I want to also share this with you guys and go here. We're going to talk about what about Chicago? Here we go. Let me show you guys this shit.
Yo, Chris Brown does have a pedophile tattoo. Oh, my bad.
It's cool. You are, you. But
do you think,
how many of y'all remember this album right here?
It's not the shoe, babe. It's above the shoe.
Chief Keef fucking Finally Rich, right? Chief Keef Finally Rich was like the premier drill music album. And let's see where we at. And as you can see here, that dropped in 2012. All right. Well, you're gonna say, well, it was December of 2012. But we all know what happens before you drop an album. Before you drop an album, you got a whole bunch of promo, you got singles and things like that. And pretty much you get the damn thing going that way. All right. If you go back further, you'll see that there was a steep decline in homicides and murder and all these other things up until 2012. You had a spike in 2012, the same year that shit came out. You had like a 2-year fucking lull, and then from there on, spike through the roof. And we know the drill impact and the focus on Chicago as far as the rap scene just only got more violent and more violent as the time progressed after this album. So you can make the argument, man, to where you can have the direct correlation of the music changing the culture in a city like Chicago. And mind you, like I said, my point isn't that the music is necessarily bad. What makes the music bad is the ability of the listeners, the consumers, to process it and separate it from entertainment. For whatever reason, Black people can't do that. Being that you can't do that, the responsible thing for you to do is to abstain from something. All right. a person that has an addictive personality, if you know you have a history of alcoholism or addiction in your family, you know what you don't do? You don't do drugs, you don't drink alcohol. Because why? You have a predisposition to becoming addicted. All right, it's in you. So what's happening is that no one is saying that for whatever reason, black people has this predisposition of not being able to consume this entertainment, this music in a healthy way, and they're actually trying to take it and act these things out in real life, and it's causing lives. Okay, the poverty and the crime and all these things, bro. It's directly. I could, bro. If you gave me the time, I could directly correlate it, bro, to the fucking music, bro. That's being flushed, like he said, bro. Your ear is a literal fucking tunnel and gateway to your brain directly. Hearing is one of the most important senses you have. You can even argue that it's more important than sight, because even without you being see, right, you hear certain things. You can hear danger coming, or you can hear something happen, and you can have a reaction. You can see, but if you can't hear, you know what I'm saying? That's a totally different game. All right. If you got your back turned and somebody's behind you blowing the horn, your hearing lets you know, oh shit, there's danger or whatever behind me. Even though you can see, your seeing is limited, but your hearing is literally 360 degrees and could be far more alerting or give you more awareness than your sight actually does, because your sight is limited to pretty much everything in front of you. But we got Fatal Dose in the building, brother. Go ahead. What you got for me, man?
Hey, what's up, bro? You see what I got on the screen there?
Yeah,
You're talking about the goddess Nike earlier. That's what you meant. The Nike swoosh is actually the wing of the goddess Nike. So it's all pagan, man. When you start looking at everything they're pushing on us, all of the symbology. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I want to ask you, because you sound like you know what's bad about. Because all I could read is that she's the goddess of victory for the Greeks.
Right. So what's bad about it is the ideologies that it push, right? So you think about the Greeks with all of the homosexuality and things like that. What are they pushing on us today? Right. So everything they're pushing on us today goes back to the pagan gods and the belief system that they had. So them pushing us, killing each other through the music is actually a thing from the pagan world, right? We're essentially sacrificing ourselves to these demon gods on their behalf. So they're using us as sacrifice instead of their children by pushing that music to us. Instead of them taking their kids now and going to Molech and throwing their kids in the fire to their god, now they have these Negroes in Chicago, kill 50, 60 of them, of each other over the weekend, and that's their sacrifice.
Yeah, that's a ritual.
I can meet you halfway there. I definitely think that there has been I've actually told anyone who would listen since I was in high school that, and it's funny because when when fucking Fantastic broke out his CD collection, so I have a baby face. I'm 29 though. Grew up on Motown, grew up on soul. So when you dropped, Earth, Wind and Fire, and I fucking forgot the first one. It was right, yeah, of the same era. It's like, yeah, that's positive music. We grew up listening to super. Even my woman I'm with now, I put her on music because she wasn't raised on positive, soulful. Well, she heard a few Michael Jackson songs here and there, but like she didn't know about the Commodores. Obviously, there's Earth, Wind. I'm trying to think off top. I don't know why I'm blanking. But I don't want to waste everybody's. But yeah, just the music of the past was a lot more soulful, uplifting, about encouraging everybody to believe in strength, togetherness, society, community, and it was still rhythmic and really infectious musically. And then you juxtapose that with the music nowadays, and like you were saying, it is very deep. The fucking the fact that we hear, air quote, via the frequencies being interpreted by our consciousness. It's like we take it for granted, but it's kind of mind-blowing. And so the concept that notes, because if you take music class, they'll teach you notes are actually whole numbers mathematically in frequency. So it's just a weird coincidence that noise is when it's scrambled, when it's an uneven number, and a note is when it's a solid number, as if like every full deviation is like a new level that we recognize and it sounds clean and perfect. And so the idea that you can orchestrate music to with no words, you can make a song with no words and people will get an emotional response from it, either positive, sad, like you can hear sad music, happy music, angry music, or evil, demonic. Like and when you really think about gangster rap and trap music, it's a lot of subtle manipulation into making you more comfortable with your dark side, subtle manipulation into making you a little bit more malevolent, less focused on being Christian and godly, and more focused on giving into your earthly desires and really hedonistic. Hell, they have some songs. Rick Rock has a song straight up about drugging a bitch with Molly against her will, which she doesn't know. Like what? And so does Justin Timberlake and that other white boy. They had some song, but they caught fire for that because they'll literally do date rape songs. They're so into hedonism now. I don't even know how they don't catch themselves. So I say all that to say, I'll meet you halfway 100%. I'll meet you 50%, 100% when it comes to music's ability to infect culture, the result of that culture's actions, and that there is somewhat of a plot going on. I fail to see how Nike is contributing, to be honest, because from what it seems like to me, it's not really 100% associated with the music itself. It's just a Japanese brand to sell shoes. It's associated with like marathon, Olympia, winning races, accomplishment. Go ahead.
So to answer your question, right, this isn't just about Nike. So just about any company that you look at, if you look at their logos, it's a pagan logo. You got to look at all of the pagan symbology behind it, and the fact that these CEOs and founders and very wealthy people are into paganism, and their stated aim was to destroy God and the mind of men. Period. That's their stated aim. The stated aim of the wealthy, which is why they're using those pagan symbols. I would recommend 2 documentaries. The first one is Hell's Bells, Part 2, where you have the people in the music industry themselves telling you what they're doing. Yeah, they collated all of this information. It's from the early 2000s, so it's not going to have any of the newer music in there. But when it starts going over some of it goes over rock and roll and rap music.
All
right.
And let me read the super chat real quick. Shout out to Sir Tice with the $4.99 again. Thank you, brother. J Prince, Irv, Gotti, Dame tried that in a certain cat. Someone worship not snitch it out before they hatch. Maybe so. Yeah. They talked about that shit too. Yeah, man. We'll save that for tomorrow. We'll turn it into a 10-4 Tuesday. It's just know it's a whole bunch of symbolism in the in not just music but advertisement and a whole bunch of other shit, bro. A lot of stuff is pagan, esoteric or occultic, and it just is what it is. Yeah, shout out to everybody. You didn't even know it. That was the thing. You didn't even know it was the song. And Rick Ross, you're right. He lost his Reebok because he had a deal with Reebok then, and he lost his Reebok endorsement over that line. And I actually gonna use that later on when I talk about the whole TI thing going on now currently. When I think I'm gonna do that, either I can't decide if it's gonna be Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll bring that back up then. But here's another article, man. Again, about the study. I'll put it here for you guys so you can look it up for yourself. I'm not really getting into it. We're to the panel portion, but I'll put it in the chat so you guys can read it for yourself. And again, this goes to show you if plants, okay, something that does not have a brain, all right, something that does not have, the cognitive function at the level of human beings react to music, certain tempos, certain beats, certain frequencies, all these different things in positive and negative manners. How do you think that's going to affect human beings? Okay, there's a reason why they tell you to play classical music to their child while it's still in the womb. It helps the synapses develop faster. Okay, the like you said, and music is a mathematical equation. Shout out to Truth for pointing that out. But how many people even know that? You know what I'm saying? When you have, again, you're talking about adults that have a 4th grade reading level. So if you have a 4th grade reading level, that limits your entire ability to learn and even process information if it's presented to you. So this shit runs so deep, man. As to where it's just counterintuitive until we can find a way to increase the mental capacity and ability of Black people to enjoy this quote unquote entertainment. That's just my whole point.
Hey, fantastic. From what I was saying, right, the information that the from the music industry is out there, right? They themselves will tell you, like if you study musicologists and you look into the different musicologists and the things that they're telling you about how music affect the brains, they know what it does. They
Yeah.
know that it takes over and programs you. So this is not it's just that brothers don't read, like you said. They're on a fourth grade reading level, you know. And here's the crazy part, right? I've published 3 books, right? And every time I tell a brothers that I published a book, first thing they say is like, "Oh, you have an audio book?" It's crazy to me.
Yeah,
It's
man.
crazy to me because their brothers don't read and they don't have the desire to use their mind and their brain. And in fact, one thing that brothers don't realize, one of the reasons that if you don't read and exercise your brain and think deeply, right, you will develop Alzheimer's. You know, so a lot of our folks that are developing Alzheimer's and dementia is because they're not exercising their brain.
So here's also a couple things. So there was a study done with water where they talked nicely to water, and then they yelled and made loud noises at water and was hateful to the water, and they froze it. The water that was spoken to well, it had it when it froze, it had it was just normal. Like it was normal patterns of the water freezing. But the water that was yelled and screamed at had spikes in it. Like that the way that the water crystallized looked like it was angry. So when it comes down to the energy that you put out to something is the energy that things take in. And when it comes to the music industry, have you guys ever heard of a guy named John Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who John Todd is. Yeah.
Yeah. So John Todd came out and was talking about how in order to be a musician and to get a deal, you have to be a witch and you have to learn how to write in witch language. And that the reason that when they make a master, it takes a month before they start printing. This is back in the 70s. They start making albums of it is because they bring a demon into that master and then they tell it to follow all of its copies. And he was traveling around the country saying that there were Christians were bringing demons into their house, and he ended up getting killed.
Yeah. Hey, 2 things, right? 2 quick things. They did the same thing with eggs. If you put an egg in front of a giant speaker and you play classical music, when you crack it, it's going to be fine. They played rock music in front of the egg, and halfway through, when they cracked the egg, it was hard boiled. Yeah, so the music definitely has an impact. I would suggest you brothers check out some of Lennon Honor's early work before he got possessed with Umar Johnson. He has, I believe it's called Rap, The Denigration of Masculinity. Check out that series, bro. And in fact, in that series, he had a little piece where they talked about the backward masking and how the Beatles were the first to do it, to put the demonic spirits into the wax. So when you play it, you don't even realize you're calling demons into yourself. In fact, let me tell you something. I was really angry when I was younger, and then I stopped listening to rap. And when I stopped, I calmed down. I wasn't cursing and trying to choke everybody I saw. I literally calmed down, bro. It's amazing. But the one thing I gotta say though about this demonic aspect of music. So when I was into the rap world and was looking at possibly getting a deal, right? The minute I started meeting and talking to those people, I remember, like, normally when I write my music, I have to think about what I was writing, right? And some of the best music I wrote, like the best songs I was writing came to me. Like it's and then like but this is before I even learned about all of this stuff. And then it's scared. I remember like I wrote 2 songs, hottest songs I wrote, and um, when I really sat down and thought about it, because I said to myself, yo, I didn't even think about these songs when I was writing them. And then that's when I got scared about it. I was like, yo, something is giving me that music, and that's when I stepped away from rap. I stopped writing. I stopped listening to it. I was like, yo, something is up, And then later on, as I started reading books and learning more, and I started hearing more about this stuff. This was in the 90s. So today, people seen a lot of that stuff in the internet. But when I first started learning them, that was in the 90s, bro. And when I was trying to tell people, they were looking at me like, if people look at you today like you got 2 heads when you say it, imagine how they were looking at me back then. Everybody thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I don't listen to music anymore.
Yeah, I'll listen to classical music and instrumental jazz and things like that. But as far as like banging my head to rap music all day, you just become a bastard.
But yeah, man, I myself, bro, like I said, I stopped listening to the radio shit. I'll say maybe mid 2000, somewhere around like 2009, 2010. Like no radio, no, not even like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was even done with CDs and shit. Like you said, bro, I got a habit now. Like people like, damn, man, you don't listen to no music? And I'm like, nah, I really don't. I don't listen to music at all. Like you said, man, you come to understand, bro. People don't understand just how much under attack like your brain and your psyche is. You literally have all these corporations are fighting to program you to buy some shit or to think some shit or to do something to get them to control you. And I know the majority of the public doesn't even understand that. Because if you say it to them, oh, you just some conspiracy theory, man, that shit, it ain't that serious and all this other shit. And lo and behold, hey man, well, what'd you eat this morning? What'd you eat for breakfast? Well, I stopped and got McDonald's, whatever. Oh well, McDonald's. Why'd you go get that? Hey nigga, 2 for whatever, the dollar menu. We can't, okay, well, how did you know about the dollar menu? Again, bro, you don't even understand that you're programmed. So it's crazy. Right. But Sir Tice again. Let's name the sacrifices of so-called close friends that suddenly died trying to associate with the most mainstream guys. Nigga, y'all, hey, it is Monday, not Tuesday. I thank y'all niggas for the I thank y'all for the this is Monday. 10-4 Tuesday is tomorrow. We get sidetracked 10-4 Tuesday from the from the Tragedy and Hope 101 that we can do the music, but I'm trying to stick to the topic, man. I don't want to turn it into the occultic, esoteric part of it. I just want to stick to the topic at hand. So let's get back on the topic. So
hey, fantastic.
Go ahead.
Hey, so check this out, right? So I started high school in '89, right?
Uh-huh.
Before that, I remember when I was in like the 5th grade, 6th grade, everybody was normal, bro. Nobody was talking about this is back in New York, so we called them posses. We didn't call them gang. Nobody had a posse. Nobody had a crew. And the minute you start hearing the NWAs come out, the Ice-T's and all of this gangster rap music, yo, guys, like I had dudes in my classes that were like top-notch A students along with me, right? That just like they just flipped overnight. Not coming to school, not showing up to class, not hanging out in the corners, starting to sell drugs, and all of that happened like overnight. So you're right. If you lived in that era, you saw the change. And here's the crazy part. You remember Apache's Gangsta Bitch?
Uh-huh.
So Apache had that song, I need a gangster bitch, yo, a gangster. Oh, so when that song came out, right?
I know that song.
When that song came out, like before that song, right? All of the girls were wearing dresses. They were feminine. And then that song came out. A couple of weeks later, all of the girls are coming through in baggy jeans, Timberland boots, and bopping just like the dudes, bro. It was insane. It was insane. Because
you also have to understand that there's mother goddess worship in the Black community super strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I understand that. You preach it to the choir, bro. You preach it to the choir. But in terms of the music and its impact on our psyche, it essentially rewrites the way we think. So if we're listening to the music and you're not sophisticated enough to understand that this is just entertainment, I knew dudes before they went and shot up someplace that they would listen. They would be
I
banging the
got
hardest rap music and smoking crack before they went out and do it. I was like young 16-year-old kid standing there watching this.
Yeah, man, and like I said, I'm in agreement with you. I can see. I remember seeing that too, man. I remember seeing the shift of the black positive movement. The queens this, black women this, UNITY, all that shit, right? To like fuck a bitch, shoot a hoe, kill a nigga, sell this dope, all that shit, man. And I'm saying to this day it's only getting worse. And last year was proof of that, bro. You had rappers on rappers on rappers on rappers on rappers like murdered, broad daylight. A lot of them on tape, to where rap is literally, bro. One of the that's one of the number one killers of fucking black men nowadays. Shit, you had more rappers killed than black men killed by fucking police last year. You know what I'm saying? And nobody talks about it as to why, and all these dudes were the same. These weren't just these weren't no Christian rappers. These weren't no motherfucking Lupe Fiascos or J. Cole's. It's, nigga, I got the Draco, I got the motherfucking, I got the 30 like Curry, I shoot you this, I slang you that, all of this, that, and the other, and then lo and behold, what happens? And it's like it's a never ending cycle of just this fucking
Violence.
Just overall depravity, man. And it's just not the violence, because it's also the sexuality. Because now you had the females, right? Yep. So you get to the female aspect of it. Now you got the Let me see if I can do this thing. I'm gonna find it real quick. What was it called? The bus sounds right. Let me see.
Well, that's also why smoking weed was so heavily pushed into the black community as well.
Yo, speaking of smoking weed, right? Back in the days, right? I remember there was a time when nobody was smoking weed. Nobody. And then a few rappers started talking about smoking weed, and then Drake came out with the Chronic album, and everybody started smoking it.
Yep.
And you mentioned UNITY earlier, right? Queen Latifah had that song UNITY, and she had that line in there that said, I saw you she said, I saw you wilding, acting like a fool. I seen you something about calling yourself a gangster bitch now that you've seen Apache's video. Even she talked about it because it was so ridiculous back in like 91. Like it came from nowhere, bro. Where, like, you remember that song with Escape, Just Kick It?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw that video. You saw how they dress? That's how all the girls started dressing and bopping and acting like dudes, bro. And I'm like, yo. No, and girls used to get upset at me when they stepped to me, and I was like, "Yo, I ain't gay. I'm not talking to no girl that act like no dude." They get upset. But yeah, the music definitely impacts your mind, man.
Well, what people don't realize about smoking weed is that goes back to the Thuggies, which they would smoke weed and do rituals, and then they would go do ritual sacrifices.
And all these brothers are out here calling themselves thugs, but they don't realize that's from the Hindu culture. That has nothing to do with us. That's not from Africa. That's not from any black people we know about. That's from the Hindu culture.
I got to push back on a few things. So marijuana consumption for the effective THC is common. There's quotes from Abraham Lincoln saying his favorite drug of choice was his cannabis in his cob pipe on the White House porch. Benjamin Franklin has similar quotes about enjoying cannabis. If you go back to the 70s and 80s, white people were going nuts with cannabis and cocaine. It wasn't like it was. I'm not saying that it was or wasn't pushed, because there's a lot of that's for sure. But it was also pushed along with Peruvian cocaine and other shit, which was a lot more treacherous.
Right.
But what you're failing to mention though is Benjamin Franklin was a hellfire cultist that did ritual orgies, which he is the pinnacle of this bad stuff.
Wait,
And
I didn't know that. Ben Franklin did. I'm gonna have to get into that later.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, he
man.
was part of the, he was
Ben
part of the
Franklin.
Hellfire Club.
Yeah, well, just it is factual. It is, bro. They on one of Ben Franklin's estates, they found hundreds upon hundreds of fucking corpses. Man, he was doing experimentations on slaves allegedly. You know what I mean? But he was definitely killing a whole bunch of motherfuckers, bro. So yeah, listen, yeah, bro. This shit gets deep. Yeah, but it's not Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. I appreciate all of this information. Not Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, but it's relevant. Fantastic. It's relevant. It's factual. It's historical proof. No one debates that, right?
So it's not conspiracy. Yeah. That
wasn't I know, but just like, salute Mr. Fantastic, the panel, to the chat, DSB, just most definitely, DSGB, South Georgia, appreciate you, bro. But nah, this is what I'm saying, man. Just to the aspect of I understand the origin, but that if we get there, we'll go down a rabbit hole. I'm just sticking strictly to the subject matter at hand and the surface shit, not really the deeper shit. Which I'm with y'all. I know everything you're talking about, but when you go there, people get a little lost, and then you get a lot more pushback and all this other shit.
Yeah. Who's that young brother? That was Truth, right?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. So when you talk about marijuana, right, you got to look at the fact that that's not what black people did. You did have the black people that went into they went into the hippies and things like that, but it was not as widespread as it is today, where it's acceptable. I see mothers and grandmothers and their daughters sharing a blunt.
The most potent version of peppermint on the continent.
From my understanding,
hold up. So, repeat that, brother. I didn't hear you.
Wait. That's what I'm saying. We over talking. Hold up, Lightbearer. Let Truth go. Then it's on you. Go ahead, Truth.
From my understanding, you're correct that most of the marijuana use in like the 60s, 70s was white, and most black people didn't do drugs of any variety, really. Like they were super Christian.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's on you, Lightbearer. Go ahead, bro.
So, okay, one of the main things that I always bring up when it comes to these conversations is the main way that America got at every group that came to this place and they wanted to attack them was through their means of libation. Let's say it that way. Back in the day, marijuana was majorly our thing. It wasn't a big thing that they put out there like that, but it was one of the things that was ours. So that's why they turned that into a major class 1 drug back in the day, so then they can attack black people. This was way before let's say the early 80s or anything like that. It was like pretty much after Reconstruction, when we came out of slavery and we were in those other little areas. That was one of the ways that they attacked black people. The other way that they attacked the Indians was through the peyote. The other way they attacked the Asians was through opium, so on and so forth. So when y'all say these things, I get where y'all going with it, but like I think you might be limited in what you might be talking about. Also, I went into a whole big thing about doing aquaponics. So that educated me more on why and what certain strains were and how they actually affected certain people and what good they were towards people, towards people's makeup, and the terpenes that actually came with certain strands. So I get where y'all coming from with some of it, but like I would advise everyone to look deeper into the situation. I don't want, if y'all know me, y'all know I'll go really deep into some of this shit. So I'm trying to be limited as of right now because I don't want to fantastic channel into the esoteric realm. But I heard y'all was calling the devil, so here I am. But when it comes to
Lightbearer, check this out though, right? We're not saying that black people were not into marijuana, right? That's because we could go back, to the 20s and see that there were black people doing these drugs. What we're saying is that was the minority. Where now, where now you have people who are going to church who are doing it, whereas the black people that were in the church would not touch that, right? I've literally seen a grandmother with her daughter and her granddaughter sharing a blunt. That was unheard of when I was a kid. You know, you couldn't get
So
a 80-year-old black woman to sit there smoking weed with her kids and grandkids because, you know, they the majority, it was not first, it was not acceptable, and it was not that widespread. Now it's
it
acceptable.
wasn't outwardly acceptable because when it came to the culture of American culture, we are even though we act like we're church and state is separated, we are a mostly Christian culture, right? But so I get where you're coming from with that. I
It
wanted to
is.
touch on one of the other things as well. That study didn't say with the water, it didn't show that it only gave attributes of negativity towards the water and once it was frozen. Actually, the attributes they were trying to let people understand and know that love can be transferred, or the good vibrations can be transferred into things. So when you saying certain words, like you're saying negative words towards the water, it will capture the negativity of the water. I mean, within the water. If you actually say good things to the water, if you play classical music, like somebody else said, if you do certain other things that are innately beautiful or innately good, or so on and so forth, it actually formed crystals that were almost like snowflakes. They were perfectly formed and beautiful within the ice and within the water. I wanted to also make sure that we got a piece of that. But it's I get where we're going with a lot of this, where like the music is negative, and yeah, I lived through that time too in New York where that transformation happened, but it's not just, if you understand neurolinguistic programming, it's not just the music. We're now adding words onto these things that are actually programming into people's minds something that they're listening to every day on a regular day basis. If they're listening to the radio, this thing is coming on every 4 hours. That they're listening to the same song over and over again every 4 hours. So yes, we are being programmed, like Fantastic said, but this is all a part of it anyway. So if we don't do what we're supposed to do as now the new generation that should be taking over from the old generation, that it's not their fault that they failed, because they were going to get some shit that was very spectacular when it comes down to it. They had all this money and all these things that were actually pushing a lot of what they wanted when it comes down to it. Like the best business right now is prisons. The best business is prisons. Like you got a current flow in and out. You already know what's going to happen. Soon as the summertime come and a new song come out that just so happen to be like, a hit or whatever like that, and it makes people actually get excited, it's over with. Summertime come, it's over with. You already know people going to jail. This is a part of the system. It's just that I'm gonna say in the African American culture, we're fucking idiots. We're fucking idiots. We fall into the trap every fucking time. Every fucking time. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't
No, you
stand
good.
on
You
no
good.
soapbox.
No, you good. You good. No, you good. I was just letting you make sure you had your time. I ain't listening. But this is what I'm saying, man. Y'all listen, bro. Listen. Another big part of this, and again, I know you niggas don't want to hear this. I know you don't. To all you weed smoking motherfuckers, by all means, man. Hey, do your thing. But if you guys agree with the fact matter that you have people that are at a mental capacity of eighth grade reading level, okay, should an eighth grader be smoking weed?
I don't think that kids should smoke weed on God. I think that the first time I smoked, I was 14. My mom pushed on me crazy enough, and if I could run it back, I don't know if I'd smoke at all. And I smoke every day.
But
And
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. A person that has the mind of a child, or the learning capacity of a child, should that person be working on increasing their intelligence and increasing their ability to learn, increasing their knowledge in things that are extremely important, finances, politics, just sociology, all of those things, or should they be focused on getting high? Because I can promise you, if you focus on getting high, you're not gonna give a fuck about none of the rest of that shit. Alcohol, just like marijuana, man, gives you an escape away from reality. And I
Let
know
me ask.
a person who's been forever sober, I've never touched a fucking. I've never smoked weed. I've never even fucking niggas shot me a shotgun and I didn't breathe it in. And the only reason I took the shotgun would not leave me alone. Okay, so I've seen how weed again. I'm an almost old nigga, so they used to call marijuana a gateway drug for a reason. Because constant fucking drug use as a matter of time with anything, your body builds tolerance. So what you're doing, like Barry, you got a whole bunch of feedback, bro. Let me help you out. So what happens is I'm using you because you got background, bro. Thank you. So what happens is your body builds a tolerance. Okay, so you getting high off of that Reggie don't really work after smoking that Reggie for so long. Then you gotta fucking upgrade the mid. All right, so you hit the mid don't work no more. Then you gotta fucking go up to Dro. Then I remember when Dro was a big thing. Nigga, I got that Dro. And now it's fucking all these fucking, unicorn poop and whatever else whatever this fucking GMO fucking new weed is, where the shit is literally being manufactured and patented to target certain parts of your cerebral fucking cortex, nigga, to like this weed is not even, it's not safe no more, bro, because it's not natural. And that's what niggas don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't want to hear the fact of the matter that, like I said, if you're prepared for shit and you got your whole life together, you're successful in this. It's just like the same thing with bro. Recreation is really for people that can afford it, not for motherfuckers that got their whole life fucked up in a way. If your life is not in order, bro, you ain't got time to be partying and chilling and looking at and doing fucking internet challenges and all this shit. That's a big issue and problem with the black community. You know what I'm saying? In my humble opinion. And weed is just another fucking distraction and sidetrack that, well, nigga, it's from the earth. It's from the earth. Nigga, I promise you're not smoking the weed that your daddy was smoking or your granddaddy was smoking back in 88. It's not the same.
No. Hell no.
That's
None of the weed
saying.
that you're smoking today, everything is hybrids, starting from the first I think it was called 485. There's a new patent that's out right now for for the newest version of weed, and it was literally a project from the US Army, actually. What happened? I gotta remember the actual patent so then y'all can look it up. I'll remember, it'll pop in my head sooner or later. But one of the things is, yes, it's straight out manipulated. It's like 30 times stronger than what it used to be. And when it comes down to it, like all the stuff that you guys are smoking now are hybrids. And like Fantastic, I ain't even gonna front. It wasn't until like in between government jobs that I actually finally smoked. And it was because I wanted to know what it was that I was actually growing at that particular time, right? Because I was doing it for a government entity that was actually out here, and they were going to build it for this for the city of San Bernardino out here in California. So we were building a whole like growth facility, and then the mayor got sued, so then that whole thing went to crap. But regardless of that particular thing, of that part, the way that we actually do certain strains today are totally different than what you did back in the days. And the most natural versions that were actually potent majority of them are on are on the continent. It's the craziest thing in the world. But if you look up go on YouTube, and there's a guy who died 5 years ago from malaria because he went all around the world trying to find some of the strongest strains and the best strains, and then he was going to put those strains into like a repository. Huh?
I don't know
what was that.
Shout out to Lasher DV's Gaming for the 5. David Carroll says it in every video. These ninjas are dumb, and that is correct, bro. Again, that's a harsh truth that a lot of people don't want to admit. And again, man, I understand y'all love your weed and all that good shit by all means, man. I understand it hey man, but I'm just saying, bro, it's a reason why we're talking about all the negativity in the music, right? And they're promoting that on you. again, if you're high,
Oh yeah,
bro,
definitely.
as much as motherfuckers claim, oh man, I think more clearer when I'm high, and this and the other, bro. No, bro. You're not gonna gain, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna hit that 3-digit IQ mark by smoking weed, bro. That's not gonna get you there. But hey,
See,
where it is,
most of
bro.
these guys, they smoke the way they drink. They smoke to get blasted. They don't do like, for instance, every chemical that you take is a drug. Matter of fact, sugar is more potent and more of a drug than almost all the other drugs that you actually take. You're more addicted to sugar today than you are to any other drug that's out there. It is it is literally a class one situation if you actually look it up and check it out. But it's something that they actually like alcohol and like everything else. It went from one phase to the next, and when they found out how they could make money off of it, they turned it into an actual product that they could sell and tax. But when it comes down to it, though, when it comes to this marijuana, you're not smoking the same thing. Yes, it's a gateway drug. If you're the type that you're fully loose within yourself, look at half the women that we talk about right now. Look at all of the things that they do today. Most of these women, they don't even feel anything anymore. When they drink like you take them out to drink or something like that. They need at least 8 alcoholic beverages just to even get drunk. When it comes to most of them, and when they're smoking or something, they don't actually just smoke and then it's okay. Because with the average person, it should only take about 1 to 2 regular puffs of whatever this thing is, and then you should be able to feel the effects. But because you blasted your brain with something and you don't even know exactly what the hell you're doing with it, you're overdosing yourself. That's where overdose comes from. You're overdosing yourself with something, and now your body is fighting against it to make sure, unless you're using it properly, there's fighting against it to make sure that you don't put yourself in a situation where you can kill yourself from doing something that you shouldn't be doing in the first place. It's I don't know.
I gotta disagree slightly. I don't know. So my take on drugs is a little less extreme. I'm not necessarily against it. I welcome all opinions, but my perspective is more like life is about balance, and anything out of balance is catastrophic, whether it's an abundance or a scarcity. So to each one their own. So I mean, honestly, not everything is for some people. Like there's people out there who study grasshoppers, and to me, that shit sounds retarded. You can go Google every fact about a grasshopper. So it's like useful that we're all so different. Like when it comes to personal tastes and preferences, I lean on the psychological side of things. To me, if someone's functional, I look for that first. Now, I'm also a philosopher, so we can get into the meaningful side of things. And personally, as a weed smoker, like I said, if I could go back, I might. If I had control, maybe I shouldn't have ever smoked weed. So I am open to the idea that like drugs, at the face value, something that invades your body, changes your mental state of being, and gives you a set of feelings that you can't orchestrate yourself for whatever reason, right? The dependency that implies. I think it's an honest conversation to have, but at the same time, then it comes down to, well, how is it? Is it a drug thing? Is it a hedonism thing? Is it a gluttony thing? Do you cut out cake? Do you cut out anything that is luxury? Or, for example, like a glass of red wine at a wedding isn't necessarily the same thing as a group of people sitting around passing a blunt to blast trap music. So it's like, is it this absolutist drugs are this nefarious concept, or is it more like drugs have been glorified and people are no longer considering the need to balance things out and not just overindulge?
So truth.
I
Everything's in
think
moderation, you said.
Well,
I think
that's
what you're
why I
saying
said
there,
to some degree.
context matters.
I said to some
Okay.
degree, almost anything can
Okay.
be conceptualized as moderation.
So
And then I asked
so
if you think that this has to do with moderation or with absolute abstination.
okay,
I
so I
think
have a question
context
for you.
matters.
So I got a question for you.
Context matters.
How many bananas in your tailpipe are you willing to have in moderation? Because I'm willing to have 0. I'm okay with not balancing that part of my life out. How about you?
Here's where I kind of contradict myself on what you're saying. There are attributes towards these
Whoa,
plants.
whoa, wait. What happened? What just happened here? Whoa, brother. Whoa. Savage Red Recovery, brother. What's going on? What's going on here? Why are we talking about bananas in the tailpipe, bro?
The point
I
that I'm
think you're talking
making.
Eddie Murphy banana in the tailpipe.
No,
Not
the point that I'm making is that you don't have to be moderate with anything. You can choose to have something in your life or choose not to. It doesn't matter. You don't need to balance everything out. The reason that weed is not good for you is because it takes you out of your state of mind. And that's why you're supposed to be sober and diligent. Most religions, any Abrahamic religion tells you not to indulge in anything. I actually have hepatitis C from my heroin use as a drug addict. And in Ohio, I'm able to get a medical card to get weed to help with my hepatitis, but I don't smoke. I won't get it because there's no benefit to it.
Okay. Well, this
now.
Real quick, truth. Actually, like you're partially wrong there, bro, because the Bible tells you to if you drink, it does say moderation. It doesn't say anything about weed or whatnot, what have you, because you're actually not supposed to be smoking anything. Period. You eating or ingesting is cool, but as far as smoking and inhaling stuff, you're not supposed to be smoking and inhaling anything into your lungs and defiling your lungs and things like that. But yeah, man, listen. To each his own. Everybody's grown. That's my whole thing. So it's like, if you have your life together, everything's in order. Hey, the world is your oyster. You can afford to, partake in, recreational drug use if you want to. That's your business. That's your thing. My question and my argument is, and like nobody's addressing it, is if we're going to go by what was been proven, the stats tells this, you have a substantial amount, not the majority, of course, but you have a substantial amount of Black men that are reading on an 8th grade level, have 8th grade capacity of learning. Do you feel like people that have an 8th grade capacity of learning should be focused on, or should be partaking in any type of drug use, recreational? That's my question.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I think that's the point. No. That's the point of what I'm coming from. So this is the biggest problem and issue we have here with the music being, again, above the level of consumption for the consumers. That's what I'm saying. This whole rap music thing is this way because there's a lack of understanding and intelligence for the people. And that, again, the delineation, the differentiation, the separation of entertainment to art, to reality, entertainment and art to reality is the problem. They hear this shit and they think you're supposed to. We're told by the music industry, and the performers themselves, the artists, hey man, if you're not doing this, you ain't real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't do this, you can't do that, you don't qualify. So it's this thing, and instead of us saying, look, whoa, bro, hey, you're a rapper, you're an entertainer. You don't even exist unless I listen to your art and what you're giving. You don't control me, I control you. If I tell you today, hey, I don't want to hear no more of this murder, death, kill shit no more, you got to change it up or you don't have a job. You feel what I'm saying? And instead of, Black community having this understanding, we keep this vicious cycle going of where it's just only degrading further and further and further. And then you have other, hold on. You have other groups of people. Hold on, library. You got background, bro. You have other groups of people because, again, Black people aren't even the biggest consumers of rap music. We don't make up enough of the population. You know what I'm saying? So you get other groups of people that get to listen to the same exact music, but not have the devastating effects on their community. And I say it's because of they're taught about the differentiation between your entertainment and reality, and they're not expected by their demographic, by their race, to do and live out these things to fulfill their Blackness. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you're saying, to be honest. The reason why, just so, because I think I got misunderstood. When I was talking about moderation, I don't think that people should do everything and anything under the sun in moderation. I was just conceptualizing the idea that everything can be overindulged and underindulged, and where do drugs and certain drugs fall under that line? And when it comes to the the normalization of drug use. That's why I brought up the fact that my mom pushed weed on me when I was 14. And as a 29-year-old, if I had my choice, maybe I would not smoke at all, despite the fact that I smoke every day. So what I was commenting on was the nuance in drug use in society. Like even how you said the Bible is okay with drinking. It specifically says drink in moderation in the Bible.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so my concept is,
Yeah, I do know why, though, right? I think that needs to be in context as well. People couldn't drink regular water back in the day.
Correct.
Facts. I was going to bring it up, but facts. Yes.
They couldn't. So
Yeah, but
beer was an actual, like, beer was water. So when you went to any place, you went to the ale house, or let's use ale house at this moment. So you went to an ale house. It was so you could get something to drink, because regular water, you get dysentery, you could die just from shitting on yourself all day.
Yeah,
So,
the bacteria and shit. Oh.
yeah. So they had to ferment the water, and or they had to actually ferment. Well, let's just say they fermented the water, and one of the ways that they did it was through making beers, making barleys, making wine, so on and so forth, and that gave them what they needed so they could have a regular drink during the day. So a lot of things that we look at when you look at the Bible, don't look at it in today's terms. Nothing that you actually read applies to today. It can't. You can take the lessons and transform it, but don't apply it to today. Think about what they were going through at the time when they were going through it, and then, again, this is the reason why Fantastic's saying what he's saying. Like, people can't read because they at 8th grade levels, and because of that, they can't fully understand the Bible from where from where it is in the context and where it comes from.
Yes, and no, because yes, definitely you're correct when you say that people were drinking alcohol to distill the negative side effects of water that they couldn't purify in other ways. But the Bible specifically is talking about wine and references gluttony and the concept that you overindulge in wine. And like the idea was, have your celebration, but don't over celebrate.
Definitely.
That's why even when I brought up wine, I said your daughter's getting married, your son's getting married. Do you drink wine? And you don't have to. I personally don't even fuck with wine. It was more like a metaphorical. Anyway, so to the tailpipe thing, it's like, I mean, homosexuality is a sin in the Bible. So I'm just
the point that I was making though was there are things that we're willing to accept and not have in our life. Right. If there's no benefit to it, you don't need to do it. Like when it comes to when it comes to the Bible, it talks about being sober, not being a drunkard. Like you're not supposed to get drunk. So if you're going to take the time to drink one glass of wine and make sure you not get drunk, what is the point of drinking that one glass of wine? Like if you have to control something, then you're doing extra work that doesn't need to be done. The issue with smoking weed is it doesn't make you don't make more money from smoking weed. It doesn't make your family stronger. It doesn't help you build your house. Like it doesn't benefit anything. It takes time away from what you're doing and gets you out of your mind.
I would have to fight against that.
So I work like 100 hours a week, and that's about 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. And around hour 10, hour 12, and I don't smoke in the morning. I used to wake and bake when I was younger, but I too started to notice it was really taking away from myself what I wanted. But anyway, at hour 10, hour 12, I start getting really hangry and irritated, and I'll eat a lunch or whatever, but I'll still be like, fuck, I just want to go home, and I'll kind of be irritated. Literally 1 or 2 puffs. I don't even need to smoke more than that. And I am immediately feeling my music 10 times more. I can get through the next 4 or 5 hours easier. And I've noticed when I don't have that, I come home sooner. I'm in a worse mood. And maybe that shows that I'm not strong enough to handle that workload, but it definitely.
What else? What that means, bro, you got to look at the greater context of that, right? What that means is you're an addict. You're addicted to it, and your body needs that hit for you to be able to function, which your body was designed to function in that state without it. So
I don't think so, because it's less about an addiction and more about like. Okay, an example is I'm working. So I work in delivery and logistics. So I'm constantly going point A, point B, in and out the car, and it really is just fatigue and a lack of how do you put it? It's like being in a sitting position for so long, and it's just bound to make anyone less happy than they could be. And I can sit there and take it, and often sometimes I choose to just because I'm a bit of a what's the word when you like to torture yourself? But sometimes when I know I'm no functioning masochist. Thank you.
Masochist.
I'll notice sometimes I'm not functioning at my best, honestly, and it's like a little pick me up. It instantly, floods me with dopamine, makes me happy, makes me feel relaxed.
So you're an addict.
Bro,
let's back it up a little bit. Can I say this? Can I say this? Let me say this, right?
Real fast.
I got something.
If you know how addict is used, addict means you're physiologically or psychologically addicted, meaning that
that's what you're saying. You are psychologically addicted.
How you would prove someone is an addict to something is not periodic use during a certain time of day because of fatigue. It would be because of recreational use outside of any actual benefit, because drugs do have purposes medicinally. Like, to act as if people can do all kinds of different drugs for all kinds of different reasons, and they're not an addict. That's preposterous.
Okay.
Now,
how about this one right here?
I can go weeks without weed.
This can go pretty long with you, what you're doing is you kind of, I get what you're doing with that one right there, but here's the thing. For your own personal good, take 30 days off of.
I'm taking 6 months on.
Hear me out. Take 30 days off the substance, and if you have
6 months off, say it again.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Take 30 days off the substance, and if you have any irritable situations and you're craving for it, that means that you're actually addicted to it. But the thing that I was going to add to this is, my thing isn't towards the recreational aspects of it. It's towards the actual parts that we can use, like with every other drug that's out there. Because if you use any type of drugs for depression, if you use anything for pain, all those drugs are class one drugs any other way. If you extract anything from a plant and concentrate it, at that point it is a drug. So like I said, with sugar's a drug. With marijuana's a drug, so on and so forth. But
I'm sorry, man. Let's not act like weed is a goddamn heroin equivalent to some hardcore street shit, bro. Like,
I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that's what framing it as, bro. Like,
no. I can't let you say that.
Let me have it real quick. Nah, bro. True. We're not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that it's the worst drug you could possibly take. It's plenty of things that are bad. I think what's being missed is this. This is what I'm saying. In correlation to the music discussion we're having, rap music, right? That's one of the things that's pushed towards the that's one of the things that's being pushed to black people, is the whole thing with drug use. Okay, weed is just one of many, because I mean, like I said, we was talking about it earlier. Fucking 3 6 Mafia came through, and nigga told you everything was cool. Powder, codeine, everything but heroin. I had only thing I never heard black people promote was heroin. But at the same time, that's what lean is. Lean is liquid fucking heroin. It's fucking what's that?
Yeah.
You feel me?
So, perks.
So
the rainbow colors in my cup.
Yeah, exactly. So this is my thing. My thing was saying the whole drug use promotion of a community of people, as to where, like I said, we're coming to find out now. We're just not being told this in this modern time, that you have a number of adult black men, right, that have a 8th grade reading level at best. My argument is, would you be cool with 8th graders smoking weed? People that on the learning level of someone in the 8th grade should not be partaking in marijuana. Not to mention the other shit, like we get into the coke and the promethazine. Again, we've had people that have died on this shit. Like, what was the dude's name? Twisted something, or one of these number kids just OD because he swallowed the fucking, what did he swallow? He swallowed either cocaine, he swallowed something. I don't know what the fuck he swallowed. One of the Juice WRLD dude, he OD because he tried to hide weed. He tried to hide something and he died. Then you had
DJ Screw.
Yeah, DJ Screw. Yeah, he died from what's his name?
We talking
about Juice WRLD.
Old dirty bastard.
What's the name too? Pimp C. Yeah, Pimp C. Look, I don't know. I don't know the hell.
He died from a drug overdose.
Well, look, I'm not
Mac Miller.
advocating. I'm not advocating for the goddamn drug game. You know what I mean? I'm talking about reefer. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah,
classify that shit as the same. But I understand what you're saying though, in regards to, should a grown man that's reading at an
yeah, and
8-year-old.
ain't no reefer no more either though, bro. Like
Yo,
I said, you
reefer
got
don't
like that
exist
shit.
no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just like Nick, you a lame if you smoking Reggie. Like you can you even buy it anymore? Like that's a shameful thing.
No.
Well,
Reefer don't exist no
bro,
more.
I just called it that. You know what I mean? Just the harken back to the olden days. But
Yeah,
I'm talking about
that's
I
I'm
know,
about
but the
green.
names.
Yeah,
what
I'm
saying.
I'm talking about green. Regardless, though, whether you talking about the shit you got today.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
You
saying.
know it's
All
mathematics
the
on
new
this
shit.
on this
I
marijuana,
understand
right?
that shit.
You know it's mathematics on this stuff, right?
Been juiced up,
It's
bro.
straight up mathematics on this stuff. Like each strain has a different daggone quality to it. Each one of them has like different terpenes that you can use, and like
Yep.
if you don't understand what you're getting, you like a lot of people they used to talk about. I remember back in the day, people used to talk about skunk and all this type of stuff, and like I'm like, yo, you don't even know what you was really getting. You was just getting like some ragweed from daggone Canada or something like that. Who knows? But depending on where it comes from and why and what, the strains, the different parts of what actually is growing, how it's growing, how much sun is getting, what type of actual food is coming from the nutrients in the ground, all that shit
So,
matter, bro. And
so
Absolutely. And it has beneficial effects for a lot of people out there, bro. A lot of veterans that I
that's what I
know,
wanted to push.
and a lot of people
That's what
that
I
have.
wanted to push about.
I wanted to reply just real fast to what he. The idea of addiction is, I mean, yes, technically you're right that you can become addicted to weed very easily, and if you crave for something, that technically would mean you're addicted. However, if you're using the clinical definition of, because that's what that is. If you're using the clinical definition of addiction and not like how people use it, like, well, when people say addicted, they think of a crackhead or a tobacco user or like a drunkard. But no, technically, people are addicted to sugar. People are addicted to Xbox. People are addicted
Yeah.
to.
How many milliliters do you use per time?
It's called
Dude.
conditioned reward relapse. In other words, you are getting an irrational reward for an activity that is not connected to its benefit to you. So, in other words, a normal reward would be you study your resume, you put out a lot of different applications, you do 2 or 3 different interviews, you finally get the job, and then when you get the job, you feel, boom, a huge spike, that one moment, that's the conditioned reward, and now you've been conditioned to do what will keep you alive. In the luxurious human civilization, we start creating objects that give us rewards that are not related to survival. So this is when the term addiction is relevant, because technically you're addicted to everything that has a conditioned reward. So the reason why, and this is why functioning is relevant in psychology, are you functioning or not? And so playing Xbox isn't functioning, right? Like watching YouTube for 6 hours a day isn't functioning, right? So there are many activities you can be addicted to that if I took away from you, like your cell phone, you would experience withdrawal and relapse because you're conditioned for the reward, right? So when we talk about addiction, it's like easy to say, oh, hey, nigga, you smoke weed, you're addicted. I'm like, yeah, and you're not though, right? You have no addictions in your life. It's about how functioning are you and how beneficial are you to yourself and your society. As far as I'm concerned.
Can I jump in here a second? I think we're missing the
Let's
point.
not. But I'm saying, well, let's not make a false equivalency.
I'll wrap up on this.
Let's not make a false equivalency when we're talking about.
No, I'm gonna wrap up. I'm just responding to Lightbright real quick. I'm someone who's a stoic. I pride myself on not having any dependencies. When I started noticing I was dependent on weed, I went sober for 6 months for fun. So don't think you know who you're talking to. You said, oh, go sober for a month. I'm like, bro, no offense, I probably live a stricter lifestyle than you. So I'm talking about ideas here. I'm not making it personal.
I wasn't making it personal.
Can I jump in?
For like attacking you. I was just saying for you, if you know what your limits are, take that 30 days and then see if you're actually craving it. It wasn't for any attack on you, like to make you seem like a villain or anything like that. It was more of like just making sure that you are self-aware of your situation. It don't matter what anybody else is talking about. It's just being self-aware of what you got going on. That's it. So
Real quick, let
that's
me
it.
Can I jump in here a second?
hold on. Let me get a super chat. Shout out to Wiseville TGP for the 499. Juicy J had a song that went smoke that weed, smoke, sip that lean, drink that liquor, pop them pills. Yeah, man. 3 6 Mafia was like one of the bruh, it's crazy. Last year Divas game in the game with a 5. Thank you, brother. The biggest way the devil won was convince the world that he didn't exist. Kaiser Soul say we is that devil. Appreciate you, brother. Go ahead.
Weed is the man. Get the what are we talking about here, man? Come on, bro. Like for real. There's a lot of false equivalencies being made here, man. As if heroin addiction, is equivalent to someone that smoked weed. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying, Truth, in regards to the dopamine cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You had that trigger, and your fucking brain is like, yeah, I need to do X in order to get this response, and that becoming ingrained into your neural pathways and strengthened over time.
Yes.
And that's why you say humans are a creature of habit, because our brains become molded to do the same shit over and over and over, because it has basically become accustomed to the chemical injections that those activities give it. But I just can't sit here and be like, yeah, burning is the same as
Didn't say that.
put a needle in your arm. You know what I mean?
Didn't say that.
So can I jump in here a
we're not
second?
going that direction with that.
Let me jump in here for a second. Hold up.
Burning is a situation where it does numb a lot of people for their situation, but like when you have somebody who is not learning, who's not paying attention to how they're dosing themselves, how they're putting this particular chemical in their body, and then they're going about their day, like Fantastic's talking about, do you want a child running around in an adult body inebriated, doing anything they could do and want in the world?
No.
So let me jump in here for a second.
I'm not advocating. I'm not advocating like
bro. True. Let
go ahead, bro.
And then we'll hop back. It's on you. Go ahead.
All right. So I think we're getting off the point here, right? Because the point, Fantastic, where we started is that there is a culture that is being grafted for Black men, and part of that culture is the pushing of smoking weed, regardless of whether or not you think there are benefits to THC. Because if you're looking for the benefits, you can just take the THC itself. Why do you need to smoke it?
No,
right?
You don't need the THC. You don't need the THC. Actually,
so the point I'm making is that there's a bigger picture here that we're getting caught up on, whether we're pro smoking or against smoking it for whatever recreation or whatever, as opposed to the topic, which is how is the culture impacting us as a people, and should we continue that culture? And that's where we should focus on, and not whether or not I'm pro weed and I get a better feeling when I smoke it. I could think better. It's a bigger issue, because if you look at the state of the Black community, it's not a good state. And is it a good thing for us to do that as a whole? We're not talking about one person doing it. We're talking about millions of people doing it.
And like I said, bro, that's the essence. That's the essence of, like I said, the discussion here. It's not about your personal beliefs, or this isn't an attack on weed, so to speak. This is just one of the many facets. Like I said, we're talking about the weed conversation now. The next one is going to be the violence. I pretty much already covered the violence. We hadn't even talked about the sexual aspect of it. It's just those main 3 facets. And if I'm wrong, if you guys can think of anything outside of those 3, which are promoted in rap music, by all means, give it to me. But for me, my understanding and me understanding the development of rap music from the mid to late 80s to current time, went from unity, Black empowerment, self-destruct, all these things. Hold on.
There's also like financial destruction, bro. You know.
See, well, hey, that's what I say, bro. That's bro, truth. You know, the appearance of wealth. You know, hey, buy the Lamborghini. I got the money phone. You know, you know, blow a bag, all that type shit. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Truth. All of these things that are negative that have been forced upon the black community for 30 years, bro. 30 years running.
Yes.
That's nothing.
Totally agree. I left America, man, and when I went to Germany, because I ain't gonna front. I was heavy in music. I got quite a few. I used to be an audio engineer for a major company, and one of the things that I paid attention to when I left the country once, came back, and then left the country again, is the way that the music is out there in comparison to the way that we push our music here, and the way that we actually consume music in the black community is totally different than the way that all the other genres do. And it's weird. Like when it comes to R&B, it's a totally different thing. When it comes to soul, it's a totally different thing. But when it comes to rap, not hip hop, rap is poison. Hip hop is still alive everywhere else. And it's the weird, like if you've been there's people who know about hip hop and the history of hip hop and the structure of it and all the great things about it more than the actual people who live it. It's one of the most amazing things in the world once you actually start going around the world and talking to people about your own damn culture and then correcting you about it.
Well, again, like I said, when you take into consideration, very few people are scholarly when it comes to most things. So of course, and then too, music is very time centric as to where like somebody can tell me about, you know, what it was like to hear Jimi Hendrix play or James Brown, you know, during the time. But if you're not there in it, you know what I'm saying? If you're not actually there in that era, it's nothing like it. It's totally different. It's like me trying to explain to somebody like the impact of you know, snap and trap music in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? See that shit go from where everything's about selling drugs, because even in with the gangster shit, it wasn't as much as around selling drugs as it was to fucking, you know, shoot niggas and killing niggas. But when 2000 came, you know, 99, 2000 and on, it was everybody just a dope man. Everybody, you know, Young Jeezy 17.5. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit about, you know, moving this, moving that. He talked about Rick Ross specifically. Rick Ross, he's like, hey, yeah, you know, moving this, but you know, I think I'm Big Meech, all this shit, right? So again, it's like, you know, for somebody on the outside looking in, or somebody after it looking back, yeah, you can still listen to the music, but they weren't there to see that culture change. And like Fatal Dose said, Fatal Dose was even better to see it than what I was, to see the night and day shift. For me, it took like 2 years for me to understand. And reason is a big part of it too. A guy that's in New York is going to have a totally different outlook and effect than a guy that's from Georgia like me. Because like the shit that happened in the 90s, I can tell you, I saw the slow transition from, you know, and I was and era. So I'm a little kid. So even then you had like age appropriate music. My mom wouldn't let me listen to no motherfucking NWA, who would have been no Tupac. I had to listen to that shit from my cousins. We wouldn't even.
I hated coming down to the South. I hated coming to the South.
It wouldn't even Tupac yet. That would have been Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. I couldn't listen to none of that shit with all that cussing and whatnot, what have you. You better sit your little ass down somewhere, boy. And if you dare say that, you're getting your ass whooped. But now you literally have parents that are feeding this shit to their children, but toddlers, bro. You got the parent. Again, this is a person with an 8th grade reading level, taking all this shoot a nigga, kill a nigga, fuck your bitch, sell the dope,
ass backwards.
Sell the dope, and like bro Truth brought up too, spend all the money, you know, go buy this fucking Lamborghini, go buy this Bentley. I'm taking a trip here, there, you know, to a fucking toddler, man, a motherfucker that can't even talk yet. And you've seen it as where people show their kids, you know, dancing and bouncing around, and you know, to this shit that's being, like you said, like pumped into your fucking brain before you even can know your ABCs.
The crazy part about the money part, right, is a lot of us got caught up in seeing all these rappers and the nice cars and having all of these things on the video, and we didn't realize that it was a record company that rented those things. Their clothes, whatever you were seeing on the video was a production that was being put together for us to see, and then we then try to emulate that lifestyle, and because of it, Negroes are broke because we're wasting our money on jewelry, clothes, cars, things that don't matter, but we're not looking to buy a house or open up a investment portfolio or growing our money. And the people that are pushing this on us knew that this was where they wanted us to go with it, because then we would never become an economic powerhouse to ever challenge them.
Facts.
Not even just that. It's also to the fact of they're guiding where these monies are going.
Mm-hmm.
They know exactly where it's going, because once they, like I said before, once the song comes out, they know the influence that it's going to have. And when that influence comes out, they're already selling slots and spots way before the song even hits the daggone radio, way before it hits the internet now. They know exactly where it's oh yeah, this is going to get the 18 to 34s over in the Midwest who actually sip lean, and they already know what the demographic is, how it's going to hit them, where it's going to hit them, and then who the little white boy is going to be, who going to actually follow it and spend that money to actually experience that lifestyle that they hear on the radio.
Yeah, we're merchandise, right? And here's the crazy part, right? I thought I had it all together. I think somewhere around like maybe 6-7 years ago, I saw a video by I think it was by Umar Johnson, and he talked about the cell phone game and how there was data out there that showed that the new cell phones are being purchased by black people and not whites, right? So one of the things I did, I started hitting up all of the coffee shops, the Starbucks and little coffee shops in my area, and I started looking at the phones that the white people were carrying. While all of us were going out getting the biggest phones, I was seeing like white people sitting there with like iPhone 5s, iPhone 4s. Like they had old phones with cracked screens, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, why am I spending money on this phone? They're not doing it, and you don't realize you've been programmed to go after all of the new stuff that comes out there. So you're always spending your money and you're never saving.
That's been embedded for the longest, though.
Have you ever noticed with our culture, we throw away our artists? Like, if you look at all the other cultures, when it comes down to, like, we still talk about Mick Jagger to this day. This he about to get to the point where he gonna fall into a daggone wheelchair, and it'll still be loved. And when it comes to our artists, the only one that we actually like pay attention to the most, that's like still from those eras, are the ones who have enough money to stay relevant.
Right.
Well, hold on. That's another argument, and I don't believe that. I mean, this is what happens. What happens is you don't have, again, like I said, music may be timeless, but you don't have enough people keeping that music alive, so people don't know who they are. If I was to play a Stevie Wonder song, even though Stevie Wonder's still alive and well, to a whole bunch of elementary school kids, they're not going to be able to tell me who that is. You understand what I'm saying?
They will definitely tell you that's that old shit, though.
Well, yeah, but that's their parents'
I feel
fault.
like I'm victim of it too. I feel like I'm victim of it too. I feel like I'm one of the people who did that too. Like, I used to talk about old school music, and then I talked about it negatively. And then now I realize, oh, okay, I'm doing the same thing that the kids doing, that the kids doing to me today. I did it to them, and
But it's been like that forever though, man. Like even not even black culture though. You know what I mean, it's the same. It's the same across the board, dog. Like it's typically like a gap in understanding and popularity between between generations, bro. Regardless, you talking about Chinese folk or you talking about
super stack? This
Bro, truth. That's not entirely true, right? Because when I talk to the white kids and they know who Madonna is, they know who a lot of these pop artists were from the 80s, and they even know artists from the 60s. Like, how many of our boys know that?
They still know Metallica. They still know
What I'm getting to is the level of popularity, of Madonna compared to whoever the fuck is popular now is, there's a huge gap in popularity, bro. You're not gonna hear,
I use
kids
Madonna as an
You just
example.
did
It's
it.
not just
You can't
Madonna.
really,
what I'm getting to is
You
there's
just said
still
whoever
a
the
gap in
fuck.
popularity, like straight up.
really
You're
get
not
a
gonna have you're not gonna have 80s artists as huge amongst young folk today in any generation, in any color, bro. That's just, you know what I
You
mean.
got 80s artists right
I
now
don't
who are
see too
huge
many.
to kids
Oh,
today.
I don't
You
think
have
that
80s artists who are huge to kids today. It's only when they can actually when they have actually crossed over, or truthfully, in some cases, they had enough time or they had backup to be able to cross over. So,
yeah.
like, right now, for instance, we have like at least 5 albums from old school cats that are bumping right now. Like, I'll just use Nas off rip.
I'm saying the exception does not make the rule, bro.
Nas still
don't
makes
forget my
I
nigga
mean,
E40.
Juicy J
wait, wait, wait,
still
wait,
can
wait.
sell
What you
out
mean
concerts to this day. Everybody like fucking Juicy J, bro. Same thing with like Snoop Dogg, but these are exceptions to the rule.
well, they're not even old school. They still make music. Look, so hold on.
But what I'm
E40,
getting to
Trade
is
of Truth.
they're
Wait, they
still
are old
relevant
school. They came
and they
out at
still
a
got
time like
popularity
way in the day.
amongst the youth.
I don't think that you can use yours any one of ours. I don't think any of us can use our individual subjective experience with youthful people and their perceptions of music to like actually know what race is doing what with their knowledge of past music. Like that you can't know.
Oh.
So,
Wait,
but
the only reason why I can say that is
that context, I do think there's a very interesting topic because I had this earlier with my friends. I was talking about how the destruction of integrity, rigidity, and like being air quote a square. That single mother households produced households with lack of restrictions, where people had access to content, media, parties, just being out the house, doing whatever. Where a father typically would have been more strict on what you listened to, when you got to leave the house, the curfew, who you were hanging out with. And so a large part of what you're saying, I think funny enough, kind of circles back to that whole manosphere commenting on the consequences of single motherhood, where being raised by single moms, either they will facilitate environments for their daughters to be incredibly loose and do whatever they want. They'll facilitate environments where their sons or masculinity is not being respected, and so they overcompensate. And the music appeals to them even more. They're not strict with like choosing how, because women are kind of the energy of do what you want, live how you want, unless you're conflicting with my desire. Whereas a male is going to try to shape you. He's going to try to control what you listen to. And so a male's going to make you square, and a female's going to let you and in fact, you're going to hear your mom bumping some dirty ass music and go, oh shit, is this the kind of music moms listens to? And so it's like, in a large part, what we're talking about, I think, is a consequence of like someone in the house not restricting what you had access to.
But the thing is, though, there's also a part of,
like, I do want to say this part right here when it comes to that. I was 25 for at least 15 years. Nobody can know what my age was. They always guessed it was in with whatever range it was, and whatever range they said, I just said yes. That's exactly what I was until I got injured and gained weight. So people couldn't guess my age until I gained weight. I was around these 20-year-olds to all the way 20 to 25, so on and so forth, for all those years. And even though I wasn't looking to be around them, I was in a situation where like with Fantastic, you're around these kids. It's going to recycle every fucking year. I get a new fucking group of fucking 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds, all that type of stuff like that. And I'm hearing what they're talking about. I know what they're thinking. I'm actually shaping what they're talking about and thinking, because I'm trying to add more to what they're thinking about. So when it comes to that particular part, I can't agree with you on saying that I wouldn't have the knowledge to do so in understanding that particular demographic, because I was actually participating and being a part of their world at one point.
Yeah, but it's different to being a part of the world and actually growing up as them. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with I can hang around with a bunch of old folk, right? A bunch of boomers and shit, right? But I'm not gonna know, the nuances of being a boomer.
Yeah, and that's my whole point about the thing. And again, shout out to G Dizzle. G Dizzle, we're not trying to force upon like this ain't a fucking like a purist argument about music. The music of today is trash compared to the music of yesterday. The discussion was just brought up as far as relevance of the stars or the legends. Somebody got feedback, bro. I don't know who. I think that's you, Ray. Yeah, Ray, that was you. Yeah, it was just that. So it's not us talking about the comparison. He just brought back the matter that like you gotta die to get a fucking black movie. You know what I'm saying? You gotta die, nigga. You're not gonna get it while you here, nigga. Ray didn't get his till he died. James Brown to get his until he dead. I mean, that's all we saying. I mean, what Elton John just had, he actually won. They won Grammys for. I mean, they won Oscars for that movie like hell last year too, if I remember right. So, and he's still alive and well and gay as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget the Tupac and Biggie movie, bro.
They both were dead, bro.
Yeah, relating to what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There hasn't been any celebration of a black person in their right, like living while they're still here. They did the same thing. My bad. Go ahead.
Ali was made when he was alive, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's not a music artist.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
I think it's because most of our music artists are like, especially increasingly with time, they're like these. I mean, to some degree, they're hustlers. They're individuals who are more concerned with money than culture. Like Kendrick Lamar is a rare exception. J. Cole.
Motherfuckers is rapping with dresses. What the fuck?
Oh, you talking about Pharrell's gay ass?
Man, all them bastards, man. What the hell? Nigga, I still listen to Scarface. Fuck all this shit.
Well, yeah. Listen, I don't want to digress into really what's better or whatever. Again, the topic at hand is the effect of the rap music on black community as a whole. That's all I'm saying. It's been detrimental, and you can look at the correlating data of it if we use the Chicago thing I showed you and directly compare it to the drill music trend. After drill music, Ray, you gotta mute up, bro. You got feedback. You echoing. All right. So before drill music, Chicago was on a decline in homicides. After drill music, you had this fucking not only increase but a steep increase, like majorly, man. And like I said, we can see today it's only worse and worse and worse. Then you couple that with all of the rappers that are actually getting killed now, and that's just making headlines. Then on top of the shot, to cut to the Chase TV, you had so many little fucking kid, man. I think he said he was 17 years old. This dude killed his whole fucking family, man, and tried to kill his brother over what? Over his dad actually reprimanding him and telling him that he's out here doing shit he ain't got no business doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many things, bro. And this dude, you can see the same dude in a music video talking about how he gonna shoot a nigga, kill a nigga, do all this, that, and the other, la. And the nigga now he ain't talking about no ops. The nigga talking about his pops. Not the ops.
The ops is my pops.
Yeah, this nigga killed his pops, man. So I'm like, and then like I think it was 5 other people, So this is the level of fucking like just danger that we're in over something that's supposed to be a simple music. But when you put in the factors that are here, and my argument is the ability and the capacity of black people to consume this media, man. This stuff that's supposed to be entertainment purposes only. It's like when you give the fucking disclaimer, right? You tell motherfuckers, hey man, do not try this at home. This is entertainment. Niggas miss that part. And they think they gotta go out here in order for you to be considered black. This is a lifestyle you have to really portray in real life to get your respect as a black person, especially a black man. Then we get into the woman part of it. With the women, you have to be overly sexualized. Bust It challenge, what's the new shit they got? The all this shit. You got something about sucking dick
Silhouette.
and doing the silhouette challenge now. And like, bro, and it's just like
The
everything is just
lipstick game. The lipstick game.
everything is just
yeah.
everything is just so hyper sexualized and things like this. But then at the same time, you got black women talking about, hey, we're not protected, we're not this, we're not that. But at the same time, you're talking about busting your pussy open and WAP and all this different shit. And it's just like, God damn, like, well, damn,
Preach.
what
Preach.
do you
But the
expect?
thing is, bro, it like, you know, I try to take a realistic view of things, bro, because I understand, you know, human nature, right? Everyone has that fucking, you know, the dark side of them. You know what I mean? A lot of people try to obscure it, a lot of people try to ignore it. But you as a man, you as a human, bro, you are, you know, you have a duality. You know what I mean? You got motherfucking a dark nature. And you have to be able to understand that, right? And that's why the you know, the whole, you know, allure of trap music, the allure of, you know what I'm saying, like street shit, because that is a part of human nature, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Hey,
But I'm
well,
not, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm not excusing or making any type of exceptions. I think, yeah, as far as like being on the up and up, like niggas should motherfucking, you know, reconsider, you know, goddamn gang banging and drinking and smoking. But if I'm working out, bro, I can't
I
sit
don't want
here
to
and
listen
listen
to
to
classical music. I'm with you.
some classical music, bro. Like straight up, nigga. Like it's
Yeah,
street shit.
I don't want to hear no goddamn Luther Vandross, nigga.
Yeah, like no,
Yeah.
bro.
I feel you. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. True. The thing is this: everything has a time and place. And what I'm saying is, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, is still that like you live vicariously through the music, and that be it, right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Nigga piss me off at work or something wrong. La la la. Hey, this nigga can tell me and rap about this shit. I hear him do it. Hey, cool, right? I let the shit play out of my mind and go on my day. I ain't supposed to have this shit be my motherfucking blueprint for life, nigga. This shit ain't supposed. This is what niggas is doing. Niggas is saying, hey, I'm gonna put this motherfucking this motherfucking get it green in this motherfucker, and I'm finna go do what I see this nigga doing on the fucking CD cover. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go stick this stove up and put this motherfucking big ass barrel in Mr. Chan's face. Yeah, bro, that's the like Light Bearer was saying. Every other culture seems to understand that music can be used as a wonderful tool for you to relieve stress, you know, take that imaginary trip, because motherfuckers act like you don't, you know, motherfuckers still got imagination and shit. You imagine shit every day, right? So you know, a motherfucker pissing you off at work and this and the other, nigga, put that motherfucking 3-6 Mafia in, put that motherfucking Lil Jon in, man, and imagine you motherfucking, you know, whooping that motherfucker ass. But it don't mean you put that shit in, nigga, then walk back in the job and, you know, I ain't scared, nigga. I ain't scared, nigga. You going to jail?
Hey, but this actually goes
Hey,
back to what you were
fantastic.
saying.
Can I jump in here a second?
It actually goes back to
Can I
what you
jump
were
in here a
saying
second?
in regards to like, you know,
after you get done,
8-year-old brain, bro. Right?
Yes, yes.
Should we be exposing children, motherfuckers that can't think, to the type of music? You know what I mean? That is. I mean, because literally niggas are getting raised by this shit, bro. This is
and bro, too. That's my whole thing. And I think that's what we're not getting, or has never been really covered. But at the same time, like you said, this is information about the thing that came out. I think it came out the first time in 2011, and it got rehashed again in 2019. And it is an 8th grade reading level, y'all. It's by the 4th grade, if they have it done, it's a 20% chance of them. But most adult men in 8th grade reading level, so it is an 8th grade reading level, according to the article. So this is the thing, man. So, like you said, when we point that out and we understand that, you know, these grown ass men out here can't think past a fucking 8th grader. Okay, that parental advisory qualifies because you lack the maturity and the understanding to know you're not supposed to go out here and do the things they talk about in these songs. You know what I'm saying? And then you couple that with, this is your blackness. This is your black card. This is your respect. This is your reputation. This is your everything. This is your essence as a black male. You know what I'm saying? On the gangster shit.
We're equivalent. We make that shit being real. equivalent
Yeah,
to
that's what
being
I'm saying.
a
That's what
real
I'm saying.
a real man.
You in a large way.
Yeah, let me jump in here for a second, right? Let's walk back to the 90s, right, where you had that one white boy who killed his family while he was playing the Frog Stomp song, right? And then you had the Columbine shooting where those dudes were listening to Rammstein, who talked about going to the school and killing everybody. And then they went out and did it, right? White people went up in arms to the point where the academy had to come out and try to say that music don't cause violence, and they didn't do it because of the music. But the most white people rejected that, and you see the decline, and you saw a decline in rock music around that time. And I'm confused as to the inability of Black people to recognize the damage that rap music is doing to our community, the same way that the whites recognize what rock was doing in their community. And I think part of it is what you said. Most of these people are reading on an 8th grade level. And it's not just a 20-year-old, it's the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-olds. It's all of them. They have, and then what the media does as well is anyone who come up and try to expose this, they label them as, if they're white, they label them as being racist. If they're Black, they label them as being an Okotom sellout who's not cool, who doesn't understand the culture. So they use these two things, and then the minute they say someone's racist or they're not down, they're on an Uncle Tom, brothers stop listening to them, right? So there's a concerted effort to destroy the Black community, and I think what you're doing here, fantastic, is good, so that brothers who haven't heard of this can now be exposed to it and could start analyzing the music they're listening to, the thought process that's in their mind, and their behavior, because you look at the thought culture comes from the music. Before Little Kim started rapping about all that crap, a lot of women weren't accepting some of the things that we see today, and they
Big
just
facts. Yep. I told my girl about that. I was like, Beyonce is like the bringer of Satan. People
yeah,
don't even realize that shit.
yeah. So the more they put that
She's
stuff
a
out,
damn
whether
witch.
yeah, the
Facts,
more
bro.
they bring it out, the more the women it became acceptable to the women. There was a time when you can get certain girls to grind on you at the house party, you know, and then all of a sudden everybody's down with this. I'm getting some feedback. I don't know if
It might be me.
anyway.
Let me get myself.
Yeah. So anyway, so we have to keep talking about this, and we have to keep exposing this, right? And bring it to light that there is a destructive aspect of the music, and that music should not be for anyone. I'm seeing little kids dancing to some of the worst music. I mean, when my kids were young, I didn't let them listen to rap. It wasn't until they started.
So basically, is the rap music today? Sorry, brother, to interrupt you though, but this is actually a question. You and Fantastic and everybody. So, is the music of today more detrimental, dangerous than back then?
I don't think so. So
I do.
the way yes and no. Let me explain that. So back when I was younger, when I was a teenager, you had your the gangster rap music. You had the smoking weed. I think the difference is that enough of us grew up in that era and understood that it wasn't always like that, as opposed to today, where the kids that are growing up today, if you're 16 years old, you think this is how things always were. But me, I was born in '74, so I remember a time when dudes weren't talking about drive-bys and shooting everyone. Everybody was just chilling out at the weekend barbecue. Even Biggie said it in his music. Remember back in the days when niggas had braids? He talked about the
Yeah.
fact that there was a change. So we know that it was not always like this, but because when you're born into a system and you don't know any different, you just accept it as gospel. In fact, the other point I
And
wanted to make is
that's
rap music
exactly
has
how it
become a
was for me.
religion. Yeah, rap music has become a religion, right? Because if you look at it, they defend it the same way they would defend their religious belief.
Yeah. I had to open up my mind like years ago to new and different shit, man. And a lot of brothers have, which is good to see. Which is why you got a lot of what they call blurs, nerds and shit like that. And you ain't gonna know what's going on until later on in your years, and when you see, it's so detrimental to where, like, yeah, you got to find something new. Um, I don't negate or of what a lot of rappers taught me. There's real rappers out there, bro, that teach you some real shit, man. And still do. The ones that are still rapping, like E40,
E40 sold
E40,
out.
and certain
Hold
others.
on, hold on, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. Nigga, what the hell is E40 teaching you other than to sound like a damn fool?
I mean, come on, man. He spoke some real shit, man. A lot of come on.
Stop it, man.
Now,
One of
even
the
KS1 is
rappers
But
ever.
real talk though, real talk. If you look at E40 business life, man, business wise, that motherfucker is a genius, bro. When I tell you, dog, like his hustle is ridiculous, bro. And I admire him from that aspect, bro, because his business acumen is like none other. Straight up.
Top 40, E40, top 5 worst rappers ever. But anyway, we got G Dizzle in the building. What's up, bro? Go ahead.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got it loud and clear.
Yeah, so I just caught probably the last 20 minutes of this before I started running my mouth in the chat. Now, are you guys like really trying to blame today's music for the current conditions with the youth today, as if music from the past wasn't just as raunchy and debaucherous as it currently is today?
No, that's what we're saying. It's the graduation. We're talking about it from the now on. I talk about the whole transition from where you went from your Run DMCs and your EPMDs, your Daylyt Soul and Tribe Called Quest.
I don't even really agree with that assessment, because you can go back, I'm talking about as far as the 20s, and you can hear black musicians on wax talking crazy like some of these women or some of these female rappers talk. Matter of fact, I said it in the comments. There was a movie that came out on Netflix called Ma Rainey. Did any of y'all see that? It was about a blues singer from the 20s, played by the woman.
Yeah.
Who's that woman that played in How to Get Away with Murder? The star
Viola
that
Davis.
Viola Davis.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
But Ma Rainey, or it's either Lucille Bogan or Ma Rainey, but she has a song that came out in the 20s called "Shave 'Em Dry."
Yeah, I did a video about that. It's funny. She's talking about she said she'll suck a dick till he making shit. If you can keep that, I don't want it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is this whole Cardi B thing with these young girls, we believe in it. They're getting turned out by Cardi B and Beyonce. Man, this thing is over 100 years old with just the crazy debaucherous lyrics. And then even if you want to talk about the gangster culture, you can go back to the 70s with Curtis Mayfield. They say he's the original trap rapper with his song "I'm Your Pusher Man." I mean, we got all these. This stuff isn't new. Now, the only thing that I guess I could agree with is that to a certain extent, it seems like these youngins are kind of hypnotized or under some type of spell, some niggatry spell, where just like you was talking about that 17-year-old kid out in Indianapolis who went and laid out his whole family. And then I can remember back in the 90s, I want to say like 93, 94, when I was like 13, 14, there was a dude who had shot somebody, and when he went to court, he had blamed it on him listening to a Tupac song, inspiring him to shoot somebody. I don't know if any of y'all remember that happening back in the.
I remember that.
Yeah. So, and then I mean, it's just a whole bunch of things. I just don't really know if it's gotten worse. I just think maybe we're more. Being that most of us are older, because I'm a so-called
it's gotten
old man.
worse.
I'm 40.
It's gotten a tad bit worse, bro. Because you got,
You really think so? Because listen. When I was 12,
about every fucking song is about a nigga spinning the block.
I don't know, bro. Because listen, I was 12. I was 11 or 12 years old when The Chronic came out, and I wore that. I had that whole album memorized from front to back. Doggy Style, all that stuff. Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, I was in middle school, about to transition to high school, listening to all that stuff. Now, none of that stuff ever made me want to go out there and start selling drugs and pimping hoes and doing all that crazy stuff Wu-Tang was talking about with cutting people's eyelids off. It was just, I was able to decipher this is just entertainment.
But this
versus,
hold on. Can I jump in here a second?
Let me have it. So G Dizzle, you're proving my point. This is what I'm saying. It's very few of us that were able to make the differentiation and the separation of entertainment to reality. And we use the examples of everything back in the old days, right? People had higher levels of just IQ and intelligence, and you had the Logan shit was not commonplace. That was like, you know what I'm saying? You had to sneak and listen to that, and that was for adults only. You can listen to it. Can be no fucking.
I don't even believe that, bro. I don't believe. Listen, I'm trying to tell you,
bro.
I got listen. I remember my father bought that CD and he used to play it, the Chronic and Doggy Style.
So, bro, check this out.
The thing is, we're missing something here, man. This culture has been further and further pushed into degeneracy. Like, I mean, just.
I think
we've been born and bred to be narcissistic.
Hold on.
I don't know if it's really that, bro. I think.
Hold on, let me finish.
Hold on. Can I say? Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this. Right. Check this out. Right. So, even though in the 20s you had those music, and I'm aware of them, the problem is in the 20s it wasn't being blasted on the radio everywhere for a kid to walk into a store to listen to that, right? Because you had rules around decency that they got rid of between 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s that we no longer have today, right? So even in the 90s, there were things that couldn't be said on the radio that today you're hearing on the radio, right?
I don't even know about. I don't even know if that's true.
So check this out. No, it is true.
Bro,
check this out. Check that. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Yo, so think about it. In the 50s, when Elvis first came out, right? Elvis was gyrating his hips, and he was banned from television. Think about that. He was fully dressed with a suit on. Just because he was shaking his hips, he was banned on television. Turn on BET today. So there's a big difference where the exposure is different. So the music was out there back then, and it was raunchy. And if you wanted to hear that, you had to go to a speakeasy for you to hear that, and you were a grown adult. Versus little 7-year-olds, little Mikey sitting in his room and has access to that today, and there's no one there to tell him that this is not real. This is entertainment.
Exactly. That's the point I was trying to get to, man. Is the fact that we have the internet now, bro. Children are being exposed to grimier and grimier shit at younger and younger ages, dog. You look at World Star. You literally got kids that have fucking lived off of violence, watching violence, seeing niggas get their fucking head blown off on the internet their whole fucking life. I mean, when I grew up, bro, Faces of Death was a series where you had to go fucking to Blockbuster and rent some shit like that, bro. But today, nigga, you can literally get on your phone as a 6, 7-year-old, 12-year-old and find fucking hardcore shit. Goddamn, somebody getting hung, somebody getting their head chopped off, all kind of crazy shit, bro. With no parental guidance whatsoever, and that shit has.
I agree with him on that one.
Huge. Well, this shit has a huge effect on your mental psyche as you grow up, bro.
I partially agree with that. I think all of this ratchetness was always there. The part I agree with you on is that it is more accessible due to social media, i.e. the internet. And I believe that the internet has played a major contribution in the so-called dumbification of a lot of people, whether they're young people or old people. So I agree with you on that aspect, because I got a 15-year-old son up in this house. I'll be a fool to think that I could just sit there and just be totally monitoring every single thing that he's consuming on the internet. I mean, it's just virtually impossible. I'm scared to look. You know what I'm saying? But I have to look. You know what I mean? I have to.
But you also have to take into consideration that in the 1920s, the marriage rate between black families was high. So you had both parents in the household.
We talking about today now, man. Goddamn, how far we going back? We talking about
he was saying that,
okay, gotcha.
he was saying with the jazz music that you had a lot of debauchery in the music, but you had people that were playing music at late. You had to be at a club specifically. It wasn't in the open. You had 2-parent households. You had strong men at that time. Now you have dads not in the house. You have women promote and accept degeneracy. It's men that usually don't. So you have mom, like, how many videos of moms throwing dollars at their 2-year-olds twerking on the internet do you see?
Fucking fact.
So a lot of this degeneracy you see is getting worse because there's more access, there's more acceptance of it, and there's more women in control of the children. And then on top of it, the music itself has become part of being black.
Hey, he brings up a good point though. When men were in control of women, as far as like, you know, men were making the rules before feminism, women were always covered up and conservative as hell. The only time a woman wasn't covered up is she was like, you know, a hoe. That was her profession, you know. But more and more rights that women got, the more and more that women sexualize themselves. So again, it's another big thing too, man. It's just like, you look at this shit, bro, and it's the people. When you give people control that shouldn't be in control, they don't know when to quit, or they don't know what's right. They just know what they want, what we get. And with black people, that's the whole thing that's going on with this fucking rap music shit. It's entertainment, but they don't know how to motherfucking say, hey, bro, I'm supposed to go out here and shoot everybody. I ain't supposed to shoot the fucking club up because fucking, you know, Lil Jon and 3 6 Mafia said the shit in the song. That shit is like entertainment.
You know, part of that I blame on the artists, because you know, you always hear people say that how come actors, when they're out here making these crazy movies, they don't get looked down upon like these musicians? And I always say, well, you know, when's the last time you seen Denzel Washington walking around pretending to be Alonzo? Like, he only did that for the movie Training Day, and then he came out of character and went back to being regular Denzel till it's time to perform another movie. With these musicians like Rick Ross, we all know he ain't a dope boy. You know, he used to be a CO. They never come out of character. And so they keep these characters going 24/7 in hopes of, you know, selling records, yada, yada, yada. But they even keep these characters alive even when they're interacting with their fans, to the point where their fans are actually believing the tough guy, dope dealing, trapping nigga persona, to the point where you end up looking like, what's your man's that got killed? Triple X Tentacion.
Yeah.
You know, the rapper from South Florida who got killed outside of that motorcycle dealership. So, and then like I said, you combine that with the social media aspect, with these people always going above and beyond to publicize every aspect about their lives, to where you could be tracked down to the likes of Pop Smoke, where they figured out where he lived and then ran up in the spot and killed him, or even
that was the same extent. That was a setup. That was his boys. That was a setup. That was his boys.
That was okay. I thought the story I always heard was it was because of some crap he put on social media.
That was FBG Duck. That's how he got tracked down.
FBG Duck. And that was triple beans, another guy that dude too. Last year is just another thing too, G Dizzle, that just further pushes that too, man. Listen, these niggas now, like it's just like they are targeting each other, bro. If you're a rapper, you out here talking that gangster shit, so on and so forth, nigga. Niggas are looking. You're like a scalp. You're like a trophy to kill a fucking.
And I always say, when it comes to rappers, the only rappers that, you know, in this current generation of rappers that I believe that are actually goons and thugs are these niggas from Chicago. Like, I believe that these are some real shoot 'em up, kill 'em type of niggas.
Hey, bro, it's street niggas everywhere, bro. Like,
well, I know there's street niggas everywhere. I know that, but I'm just saying, with these Chicago niggas in particular, if somebody lined up all the rappers from all the coasts and was like, who do you believe is really about that life? I'm picking them Chicago niggas every time, because all them niggas do is kill each other, and then they get on wax and rap about the shit.
But bro,
Yeah,
what you have to also understand,
The clout
And explicit detail.
the clout chasing is pretty much synonymous with this generation, bro. Niggas are literally fucking begging to catch a body, bro. Straight up,
but
dog. Like this shit is like a sport. For
but you
real.
have to also
It's nigga hunting, like dead ass. Like you got motherfuckers that will get on live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and sit here and be like, yeah, nigga, don't act like I want to go come see your mama, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Hey, I know what school your little boy go to type shit. All kind of crazy shit, bro.
so
And
there's
it's become normalized, dog. This shit's like a gladiator sport now, bro.
Yeah.
so there's a lot of Florida rappers that are catching bodies. Like they're
Facts.
catching bodies constantly. There's Georgia guys, North Carolina, like there's rappers in other places of Chicago that are catching bodies. The only difference is Chicago is a much bigger city, and all of the rappers coming out of there are on that gang shit. You're not gonna have any music coming. Like in order for you to become popular in Chicago, you have to be a street dude.
Yeah.
Like very few artists have come out in the last 5-6 years that weren't street dudes at all. But
You know,
the
I
other
agree.
the other
I agree. Yeah, well, I didn't mean to cut you off because you just made me think about something. Because I'm from Florida. I live in Orlando, and there's actually a rapper from here that actually lives probably like 6 miles up the street who was signed to Cash Money. And I just remember last week, it's a rapper called Glock 9. I don't know if y'all heard of him, but
Yeah.
he just got arrested for attempted murder, trying to kill 5 people. And this dude had just got signed to Cash Money like a year or two ago. So yeah, I guess you're right about that. But I think maybe Chicago made it popular to turn this into a legit blood sport, or maybe they just had better social media interaction to where all I ever saw was Chicago stuff. But now, that shit is everywhere now.
You have to realize that when drill music came out, it changed. Like when Chief Keef came out, they changed the way that music was in 2011, 2012. So you got like guys like Bobby Shmurda. You got guys in New York that are catching bodies and getting locked up too. But pretty much the only thing that you see coming out of Chicago is drill music. And the other thing that you have to realize that what makes it worse is you don't have a lot of fathers in the home. You have a lot of single moms raising kids. And a lot of single moms are all about putting their kids in flashy clothes or putting their kids like they turn their boys into guys they want to date. Women are drawn to that persona.
Yeah, man. And
like bad guys.
To see this shit going on that's still right now, speaking of the Chicago shit, you got, I think, was it FBG Duck's mom still like going at like other, like these mothers are beefing even after the son has been killed. So it's just, it's ridiculous. But
Also,
go ahead.
You also have the fact that you have a lot of single parent households. You don't have a lot of parents that are actually teaching a lot of things to their children in the house. So you have kids that would need extra tutoring or extra help that aren't getting it. So they're getting left behind in school. So you have multiple things that are going on, which goes back to the point of smoking weed and having an 8th grade reading level. You have multiple things that are going on at once that are just compiling on each other. That's making it worse.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Fantastic though, real talk, that shit's almost a new hustle, my nigga. Like for black women to stand on the death of a black man, just like what old girl that keeps bringing up Vaughn. What's that bitch name?
Asian doll.
Yeah, she talked like they was fucking married, bro, and she's steady bringing this man name up to get clout. It's the same thing with Black Lives Matter, bro. Dead niggas is profitable, straight up. Like you probably got bitches that probably want their son to get killed so they can get some goddamn GoFundMe money.
Yeah, man.
Just one day, maybe I can just have one of my kids get his head cracked open by a policeman, some shit, hit the lotto.
Tommy Sotomayor did a whole hustle, bro. Tommy Sotomayor did a video a few years ago where a woman had like 4 of her sons were all killed in the same neighborhood. And she, like, after the first one, she didn't move out. After the second one, she didn't move out. After the third one, she didn't move out. The fourth one, she was on the news talking about how the violence needed to stop.
Yeah, man. But ultimately, man, all in all, man, this was a great, bro. Like I said, if you look at the numbers, like I said, use Chief Keef's Finally Rich and Google the homicide rate. You see how there is a direct correlation of drill music to the upward slope of homicides in Chicago. The drill music shit, like I said, on the record, just for that one. I know it's not everything across the board, but that's one of the greatest examples used for, I think, one of the most egregious styles of music when it comes to violence and everything else. Yeah, we've seen it all, man. Everything from the Chronic to what Doggy Style, NWA, the mid 2000s. You had trap music, T.I., Jeezy, Rick Ross, even the Up North niggas, Meek Mill, all this shit, what have you. You know, talking those things. You had Cash Money telling you to burn and blow a whole bunch of money. You know, hell, all them, none of them niggas never got paid. You know, Birdman kept all the money for itself. So yeah, man, it's just so many things and so many facets of negativity from that bleeds directly into the culture, and it's just like niggas keep listening to it and using that as a reason not to improve or get better. So all in all, man, this was a great discussion. Appreciate everybody that came through. Appreciate you guys for the super chats. Thank you for the support, the likes, the shares, all that good shit. And that's that on that one. On the next one. Holla. I'm out.
All right. So, you know,